Hello. Oh god. Is the game audio. I don't know. Hello everyone. Sorry. Something happened and I had to do something, so it takes some time. So can we check the audio real quick? Cause I feel like it's so loud, or maybe it's on my end. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, it's on my end. Is the game audio loud? Hold on, give me a sec. Okay, it's not loud anymore. Okay. So, we're back to the letter. If I remember, it's Hannah's right root now. Which of the who's the hold on. Anyways, I'm very sorry. I'm just something just happened and I was like, I gotta stream. Anyways, let's continue. Is my stream Gucci? Okay. So for those who don't know who's Hannah's right, this is the previous episode. It's Isabel Santos. It's a Filipino fine art undergraduate. She's working in a company called BRC. It's like a real estate. She saw this letter. There's like, the letter has this help me, send this for 5 people, and after that everything just went crazy in her side. She starts seeing the ghost bitch. Her name is Takako or something. I forgot, but it's a Japanese word. And now we're here with Hannah's root. This is Hannah Wright Nee Evans. Dang, she's 31. My god. Yeah, she's really rich, and her husband too, but we'll see. Yeah, wait, give me a sec, let me drink. Ay, yeah, wood ang putik. Anyways, let's go and let's play. Wait, there's no line, right? Yep, there's no line. It is far too easy to get them to pay attention, and enraptured. They hang on to my every word and follow my every move. The fuck? All of it would have been stifling had I not grown used to such stares. Most are respectful, some are hostile if we're being honest, and a few are downright inappropriate. After all, I am
Hannah Wright!
My god. Who in the... There's a moment of agitation as familiar but less than welcome face. What the freak are those? Can you guys see this? Are you guys seeing this line? I'm not sure. Are you guys seeing this? Hold on. You guys see that? Oh no. There's lines. Oh no. Oh no. So okay, let me change the display. Maybe game is having... Okay, there you go, it's gone. Anyways, I'm very sorry for that. There's a problem with my screen. I did mention it before, but yeah. There's a moment of agitation as familiar but less than familiar face. A welcome face, sorry. Approached me with a suggestive smirk on his face. Of course, I have to keep how do you say this? Benevolent smile and greet him as I greet any good friend. After all, this man could turn heads, being famous in his own right.
Officer Lee! What a pleasant surprise. I didn't think you'd have the time to attend tonight's party.
Party? He's more like Luke's friends than mine, really, and I am quite sure I only invited his wife. Much like I only friends with Chief Inspector because Luke is only friends with Rochelle because of me. Yeah, this is a horror novel game. It's a good horror game anyway. Let's go. Unlike how I treated Lee, however, Luke never hid his animosity for the Lee. Whatever the fuck. How do you pronounce this? Audrey is a bit loud. Okay, give me a sec. What audio? The talking audio or them audio? Okay, I'ma do this. Okay. The talking audio? Is that the loud one? Talking audio, the NPC. Then I lower it down. Okay. There you go. She jumps. Oh no. Go, man. Anyways, I don't even recall his first name. It starts with an N, I think. I might be wrong. Aside from being a chief inspector of Luxburn Police, his wife, Rochelle Lee Vance, owns a general electronic company, fridge and freezer mostly. You mean some?
Oh, I always have time for my favorite socialite couple. Might I say, you look positively ravishing tonight.
Ew.
I see the husband isn't with you.
Is that a problem, huh? Kadiri ka? The way he eyes me up enough to make my skin crawl. I just wish Luke is here to fend off the more unseemly of our peers. You know the ones. Men who are just a bit too friendly, staring too long at my assets, and getting close just because my husband isn't here. And to think they have the gall to do this at my own party. In my own house, if I might add. Officer, hold up, Chateau. Wait a minute. Yeah. But like any high society woman worth her salt, I know how to handle it with grace and dignity.
I suppose you are looking pleasant as well. Luke's busy with work, unfortunately. Rochelle isn't here?
A shame. I do hope he isn't causing you much trouble. That husband of yours can be a bit daft sometimes, acting like he's still some young bachelor.
Bachelor. My God.
The wife sends her regards and her apology.
Uh-oh.
But something came up with a doctor and she needed to attend to it. You know, being pregnant and all.
We make small talk. Rather, I'm forced to do so as he would not leave my side after finding his place there. Much to my... How do you say this? Gargreen? I've been... These words are so freaking hard to read, bruh. What is this? Extra-sighted? I've been extra-sighted from the few who flocks in hopes of flattering, for I can tolerate them far better than thee. He's a nice enough person and I adore his wife, who is obviously the brain behind the two. But there is something unsettling about him. I do not trust him as much as I want to. He regaled to me tales of a Luxburn Police Department, a different affair to usual gossip I am privy to, and though I loathe to admit, is interesting nonetheless. Seems British. British. Rich people words. True. I expect the topic of business to die out quickly, which would be understandable enough due to the confidential nature of his work. But, oh boy, I was wrong.
So, wearing civvies, I steal and drive off with one of the police mobiles, right? In the mirror, I see the new tank chasing on foot and screaming about theft.
What?
The look on his face was priceless when I parked it in the garage.
Oh my. You made him chase you all the way home for a prank. What did Rochelle have to say about that?
Rochelle have a strange love and hate affair with Lee. He's a married man who did not grow up past his early 20s, judging by the way he acts. Says the woman who marries Luke. Surprisingly enough, they've been married for a good 20 years, them. A lifetime if you compare it to my marriage with the 7 years with Luke. I, on the other hand, well, Luke is no Lee. I should be happy about that, I suppose. Although my darling did have his moment.
Hey, the wife pulled my ear and gave me a good talking to, though. Besides, we live in a flat a block away, so it wasn't much of a grand chase.
Weren't you living in a house near the countryside?
Moved for work, you know. Or you probably don't.
No, I don't.
Them.
But a flat in downtown. I suppose if that's what you like.
Oh, it's horrid. Hate that tiny place, no matter how convenient it can be for work. 55 square yards are not enough when you need to get away from the wife. I wouldn't mind a place away from the city. Even started looking at the ads.
I
spied an interesting lot, actually. Heard it was finally put up for sale, or that something mansion. You know the one with all the ghost stories.
Oh my god! I know what he's talking about. There are really a few urban legend around here. It's
The 𝗰𝙁mansion?
the 𝗰𝙁𝗙.
That's the one. Worthy of a king it is. I'd buy it myself, but Rochelle would only gripe if I brought it up to her. Not to mention all the expenses a place like that will be a real fixer-upper. You also have to find someone willing to work there
I
with how
forgot
superstitious people can be.
to tell you. You know the person who say you Isabella? It's none other than Amelie. I found out, I was like, huh? Her Amelie? My god. I cannot unhear it, but now that I keep seeing it, it was just like, I'm like, dang. Amelie. I do like the say of Luke.
If it becomes a problem, just hire someone to do an
Yeah,
exorcism.
Amelie. Monarch. Okay.
Actually, I do know of someone who could be up to the task. You remember the 𝘍𝙁𝙁 party at their Christchurch summer residence?
Of course. It was an excellent soiree. Everything was so classy too. Such good taste.
British power.
Oh, that place was a pigsty until they hired out this interior designer and they turned it into a bloody palace. She worked for the Exodus for their apartment in Soho too, and they recommended her when we were looking up pieces for our beach house in
By
Porto
the way,
Colom.
my avatar right now, I'm very sorry because my, how do you say this, the avatar, the application for my avatar isn't working at the moment. It's not lighting up, so I'll have to use my, my fake ass temporary PNG to just stay in it.
I think I have a business card right. No, I must have left it in my other jacket. Anyway, she's called, what's her name? Marianne, I believe, yes.
Yeah.
But truly, if anyone were to get that place in McCullough, well, they'd be the envy and the talk of the town.
Well, if you put it that way, I might just snatch it up for myself. This place was starting to feel a bit small lately anyway.
Small? You're in a penthouse, woman. Sure, a 3-story penthouse might not fit the definition of small for some people. Some? Brother. No, watching on... watching on... What do you mean, small? For some? Bruh. Okay, maybe a lot of people. But it isn't big enough to have a grand parties in. As it is, I only invited about 30 people to this one and it already feels cramped in here. It certainly would be nice if I didn't have to ride an elevator up and down several floors before I can get anywhere as well. Yep, X was right, rich people words. All Luke's word and not mine. Besides, I have been looking for a good anniversary gift. Luke might like this one. Where is he anyway? Oh, October 21. The butler. The butler. Luke is dressed to the nines as he is. Wait, what? As he usually is, and he looks ready for whatever the day will throw at him. His butler and valet wait at his side just in case he isn't as ready as he looks. Why am I? What's happening to my English? Well, for some reason I cannot talk. Or sure, what? Oh, sure, that is normal. What is confusing me is that the fact that he is on his way out of the penthouse, considering we won't have anywhere to go until much later.
Where are you going?
I am to attend the Triad Autumn Tasting. I do believe I informed you of this 2 weeks ago.
Yes. And might I remind you that I had stricken that off your schedule? Because 1, the doctor told you to stop consuming so much alcohol. And 2, I informed you a few days ago about the open house we are going to attend in its place. I've even found this marvelous interior designer, Mary Ann McCullough.
It's a 3.5-hour drive to Cardiff. I don't have time for this. This is like that little party you threw all over again. You don't inform me of it, and you expect me to stay and be a gracious host when I have business elsewhere. You know how I operate, Hannah. Unless this was penciled in, I am sticking to my schedule.
If I may intrude, the madam is correct. Your physician did insist you moderate your drinking, unless you wish to incur acute pancreatitis.
You know what I noticed? Maybe it's a theme for some reason, but why do all in every game? Why do all doctors are German? In Team Fortress 2, the doctor there, the medic, German. Mercy from Overwatch, also German. Johannes from this fucking game, German. What's with German being doctors? You guys have a team? Not that there's like an issue about it, but just, is there a team? Anna Healer, not German. Well, yeah, I never said about Hannah. I said Mercy.
And you did have this open house penciled in last Wednesday morning.
Them.
Bullocks, I don't remember doing so.
Well, you did. While very hungover, in fact.
Yeah. Business drinking is business for the rich, I guess. Yeah, he did. Moan about me being too loud but gave in after some pushing. Perhaps that was a bit too cruel and manipulative of me, but...
What side are you on?
Come on, Luke. You promised we'd do whatever I want this weekend.
Gordon Bennett, fine. I am giving this house tour of yours a chance. But if it proves to be a waste of time, I am going to Cardiff, and you are going to take a cab home.
And this is why you're an asshole, Luke.
Are we clear?
Yeah. What's happening? Okay. It's just a bit of a husband and a wife tit for tat, isn't it? All couples have their arguments. Once the honeymoon phase is over, as they seem to call it, reality sets in that you and your partner may not always see eye to eye. Oh yeah, I did notice that on the Outlast trial. Perhaps it has been the years. 7 of them is nothing to scoff at.
I just cannot bloody believe I agreed to this. I was really looking forward to the Triad tasting.
What's wrong with, my God. Though sometimes I think it's something a bit more than just a simple disagreement and I have to stop myself from wondering where we went wrong.
There's always the Triad Christmas tasting in Manchester next month, and that'll only be an hour and a half drive.
Have I been neglectful? Have I offended? Have I acted shamefully?
Yes, but Cardiff.
Certainly, any problem can be discussed, as long as he doesn't turn me away.
Well, there goes my good mood.
Luke, shut the fuck up.
Are you happy now, Hana?
Yeah. Why must he treat me this way? You know what? We don't give a shit about Luke, so we just gonna defend ourselves.
Yes, I am very happy, Luke. Because for once in a very long time, we are doing what I want.
Nice.
I'm ecstatic. Understood?
Let's go.
And
Eat
this would
him.
be perfect if you stop acting like a child who
Let's
needs
go.
their nappy changed.
Let's go. Drag
We will be
him.
leaving after lunch for the Ermengarde mansion.
Drag him.
You are going to park your rear in the car and keep mum. And you are going to behave during the tour.
Drag him. Needless to say, Luke's a bit shocked at my little outburst. He opened and closed his mouth a few times, struggling to reply before he crosses his arm to look like, well, a moping
Any
child.
more rules for this little excursion of yours, Your Highness?
Yeah.
No wine.
No wine. Unacceptable. I am already not allowed to the tasting, and you would deprive me of that simple pleasure?
If I see you take one sip today, I will put the stocks under lock and key. Do you understand me?
Don't forget the bottles he keeps in his dresser.
Whose side are you on?
My god. What the fuck is this?
How many times in one day can you ask that?
As many times as I need you, traitor.
My god. The ride to the mansion is quiet, with Luke having stared out the window the entire way, not paying attention to anything around him. Meanwhile, I am conflicted. I don't know if I should apologize for changing his plans like that. But by the time we arrive at the mansion, I see his eyes light up in a genuine interest. Apologizing is the last thing on my mind. Hello, what's up? A certain Tiger VTuber clips. What's up? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy your stay. We're playing a fucking game. I was just kidding. We're playing the letter. Sorry, that was rude. The whole affair with the Ermengarde mansion is certainly an interesting experience. The place has been renovated and restored by the owners to what they claim to be acceptable standards. The mansion itself looks like something benefiting a fairy tale or a period piece. It is tastefully decorated, and with a little bit of love and attention, I'm sure it can be a place Luke and I can call home. And a number of the other prospective buyers that have come from a powerful and wealthy of a Luxburn certainly did not disappoint, marking this estate as a prime property. The Lees are among the groups who went with the Rose woman, and I saw a few other noticeable faces. Though Rose woman? Oh, it's Rose. Though I did not really feel like mingling. Unfortunately for every one of them, the Wrights are interested in buying. Isabel! My woman! Long time no see, my Filipino woman. What's been bugging my mind, however, is that Isabel or Isabella. What is her problem? I still don't quite understand what is happening. One moment she's scrambling to give us the paper to finalize the sale. Then she is panicking over some sort of a prank letter or another.
Dear me, is Isabel alright?
It is apparent with the way she shakes and by the pallor of her skin, something has really shaken her up.
Isabella, do you need me to call that ambulance?
I am worried, but it will be best if she attended to by someone more familiar to her, like her partner. But even then, the girl refuses. Rose offered drink and looks just about to make, just about, just about ready to make a run for
No,
it.
I'm just feeling a bit out of it.
Uh huh.
Excuse me. I'll be back. I just need to catch my breath.
And she huh? What the fuck is happening to me in English, dude? And she does so, just I predicted, and her partner follows like a concerned mother. Like the way I talk is like that's like there's like a gap. My God, there's an awkward air among us as we are left in the wake of whatever that was. The others murmur and gossip with each other, speaking of the poor daft girl and telling the tale to whoever was not audience to the act in the first place. It doesn't take long for the woman Rose to return and pull us aside into the study for what I rightfully assume is a damage control. And my voice is losing, this is why I don't like reading too much. Rose invites Marianne the fuck. Rose invites Marianne in it too, hoping to apologize to her as well. But the woman refuses, saying she is not one of her client anyway. That leaves myself, Rose, and Luke, the last, all too eager to make himself comfortable in a study he's no doubt already claimed as his
I
own.
can't apologize enough about what just happened. Please forgive Isabella. She's been under a lot of pressure lately. She's young, and all those rumors about this being haunted
yeah.
just got to her head. And it must be this terrible heat, too. Not a drop
no,
of rain
Filipino.
for days now.
Filipino ba yan si Isabel? My God, you're Filipino and you're not used to the heat?
Are you sure it is wise to just let her go like that? Where is the poor dear? She might get hurt.
She's more likely to hurt somebody else, given what just happened.
Ay, yeah, Luke.
I told her to sit down
Shut
and
up.
take a break.
You're
Or
not
ring
helpful.
someone to pick her up, too.
That might be for the best, dear. But please, we're here to talk about the mansion, yes? Why, I absolutely adore it. Don't you, Luke? Some of the rooms will certainly have to be repurposed. We want to change the appliances and have Marianne lead on the decor, but the whole thing is just lovely.
Yes, it's certainly a lot roomier than our penthouse.
Sorry.
Exactly. Lots of space for guests, parties, a lot of room for
Parties.
little ones to run around too.
Parties. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Let's not discuss that right now, Buttercup. Anyway, I do think it would be a shame to let this mansion slip past us.
But you haven't even finished touring the house.
Well, we like what we've seen.
I keep making her job easier for her, am I not? No need for loans or long price negotiation. We can just sign a contract and close the deal. Really, you'd think the woman would be more happier about the easy sale. I know how this estate agent work. How long how long they had to wait, and how much they had to spend even just for a single sale. Why? She should be jumping for joy by now. I'm sure the commission on this mansion is nothing to sneeze at, even if she has to split it with that Isabel girl.
Do you think we could have horses here?
What the fuck,
Yes,
Luke?
those do sound nice, love. Anyway, if anyone else is interested in buying this property, I assure you that I'm able and willing to give a better offer.
Bro, rich people.
I
A vineyard would be nice.
Luke,
Or
shut
maybe
up. I mean, we'll get to see Luke get interested just for once to what the fuck is Hannah's suggestion, so it might be nice, but can this guy shut the fuck up?
And we do reward our people quite generously, Rose.
Sana all.
So, if I were you, I would start on that paperwork.
Helicopter pad.
I pause. Oh my god. Look. There's a small moment of a complete silence where Rose and I just stare how do you say this? Incredulously at Luke. It is unspoken understanding, a rule between the two of us that we have to put on an act. With our social standing where image matters, it is also important to avoid making enemies. And to follow these rules is easier fit for me. For youth, I have been the well-trained social butterfly, gracious and graceful. Luke, on the other hand...
What, Luke? No, what? Whatever would we need a helipad for?
Yeah, dude, what? Well, he likes to play the fool sometimes, even if he is anything but, wait, what? As he throws me a wary, how do you say this? Wiry, whatever this is, smile. I shake my head and beckons Rose over. This is to be our home, and there is nothing she or anyone. Oh my god, what's wrong with how I read this shit? Can I read nice? Okay. Oh my god, use ChatGPT instead. Okay. Gomen. Text to speech. This is to be our home, and there is nothing she or anyone else can do to change my mind. I'm very sorry, my reading sucks. This is the place that speaks for power and importance, and at the same time of safety and comfort. Perhaps we can even have our family here. There's a definition no better gift than this for our special date. Why, everything here is absolutely wonderful. Well, except for this ugly painting in the study. Dang. It looks like a bad fake of an Edvard Munch painting.
Here's the deal. I'm willing to pay 10% higher than your listing price.
Too much English, yeah. It
if
is too
anyone
much
tries to
English.
outbid us, just add another 5%.
Dang! Dude, sana all. Gaming PC?
I doubt anyone can, of course. Or, you know what? Just add 15% to the listing price, and we
Dang.
can sign all the paperwork now.
I guess, if that's what you want. That won't be any trouble. I don't have all the papers now. Didn't think this would be a quick sell. I'll have copies sent to you so you can look over them. And if you'd still like to finish the rest of the tour with Isabella's group, you're more
I
than
have
welcome
a Harry Potter book before I completed it and I finished it. It's just that
No, I think
I don't
we're
really
good
care that
here.
much about
We'd appreciate a
talking.
private tour of the place a lot more, I think.
Dude doesn't care about how much they went through.
All right. Should I let Marianne in then?
Marianne? Oh right, she's been waiting outside the study this whole time, hasn't she? I need to have a little chat with her to move this little mansion project forward.
Please do.
There is a look of apprehension when the other woman enters the study. Yet, like a professional, I see the moment when she steels herself and masks her worry. Admirable.
We have this project then?
Ooh, this is my waifu at the moment.
Of course. Will you be needing anything from us?
Cheers, the cow is here.
Having the floor plans would be a great start, just so that I can look at them beforehand. And if you could tell me when you're available for a meeting so that I can include it in my calendar?
Oh, is a meeting really all that necessary, Marianne? I guess we can send Johannes to help you out. You two can start by getting rid of this ugly painting.
A hush falls upon the room at my request.
What painting?
And lo and behold, the painting is gone. In its place, a mirror stand which leaves me to look at my own confused expression.
Odd. Well, no matter. Back to the topic at hand. Marianne, dear, we are simply far too busy to meet up.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna need some water real quick. I'll be right back. I'm losing my shit here. Alright. Hey, tahimik na, ha? I'm streaming and you guys are asking for food. I meant water. I need to get some water. But stop. Yeah. About water. Sorry. Okay, let's free up my schedule.
But I guess we can free up a day to meet with you. I don't really need another Maudlin Monday reading about Maury anyway. The book club can function without me for one day. What time shall we be seeing each other? How does lunch sound?
Besides my house. Wait. Hey! Remake! Shen! I'm very sorry, my cats are meowing. Besides, my house has higher priority over book club. Why? We can hold the next meeting in this place. Surely the beauty and the grandeur of it all. How do you say this word? Grandeur of it all will inspire spirited and lively debates about whether the modern day writers could have matched up to the classic. I might as well clear up the rest of my week to handle whatever affairs buying this mansion requires of me. Sorry. Basta grand. Cute. Basta grand. Sorry. Any social activity can be put off until the Armageddon, or rather the Wright's Mansion great debut. I'll have my fill of great parties and gatherings, especially when I organize them myself.
That sounds good.
I'm so sorry, my English right now sucks.
Although, with a project of this scope, we might need most of the day to tackle your concerns. A more thorough inspection of the place is also preferable.
Breakfast then. It's a date.
It's really not.
Let's go. I forgot about Marianne's story. she's League of Lesbians. Let's go.
All right. Monday, 10 o'clock sharp. We'll see you then.
Actually, Marianne suggested that we meet at 9, but who is even awake at that unholy hour? League of Lesbians. Caitlin and Vi. I was lucky enough to wake up this morning before Luke went all the way to Cardiff. Okay. We say our goodbye, shake hands, and make it clear without outright saying it that we now own this house. By the time we left the mansion ground, sunset is almost upon us.
So, you really want to buy this place then?
Yeah.
That's a bit of a big impulse buy, even coming from you. Not that I'm complaining.
Oh, sorry. Why am I laughing of that? The fuck? I feel elation. How do you fucking say this? Elation. I feel elation when I hear those words from him. It's not every day one is able to please someone like Luke. He gives away false flattery to sway those who starve for his attention and approval. But in the privacy of closed door, he would often express his grievance. He either censored himself in front of me nor spared me from his criticism.
You have been saying the penthouse was getting a bit too small for you.
Can you buy a baby time saglit? Go do your thing, Arasan.
Happy anniversary!
Oh. That time of the year already?
What do you mean? Oh, what the? He forgot about it last year too. I understand that he's a busy man.
Is that why you want
but
to buy it?
Yes. You don't like it?
I do. But I remember you used to talk about how you wanted to live next to the beach.
Botany Bay, Kent. I remember the sea, water that stretched on for miles and miles as far as the eyes can see. As a kid, shut up! Pinapakain ko yung pusa ko. They're just really loud. As a kid, I love. What's happening? I loved our beach trip, swimming all day as much as I could. I was a well-behaved child, and only time I was ever truly difficult when I was refused to get out of the water, even when my fingers had gone all wrinkly. And even when they managed to pull me out of the water, there was always a sandcastle. The day before we married, I told Luke that I wanted a house on a beach and a dog. And a kid or two. Nothing of those came true 7 years later. Damn.
That was a childish dream. Living next to the beach
No.
is so impractical if you really think about it.
I don't know. It's not a bad thought to see you in a bathing suit every day.
Maybe another time, love. We still have forever, don't we?
He says nothing, only grabbing my hand and holding it tight as we spend the rest of the ride home in silence. I miss the sea. Okay. Sick and hovering over the blue at 3 in the morning, the picture I paint right now is hardly glamorous. A horrible fishy taste is left in my mouth as I threw up what I had for dinner, and I hate the acrid stench that fills the lavatory. The burning sensation at the back of my throat is of no help whatsoever. What the fuck are these English, dude? Like, the English is so hard to even understand, coming from someone who speak English. The fuck? It's like, are you even talking in English? It's too, how do you say it? It's so, it's like everything is just, a good grammar. I'm losing my shit. My god. Okay. I can feel another wave of nausea come up on me when the doors open.
Hannah, what are you doing so
Sorry.
early out of bed?
I'm fine, love. I must have just eaten something bad.
That's all I managed to say before vomiting again into a porcelain throne. Lovely.
Just go back to bed, Luke. I'm going to clean up here.
I refuse to look at him. I don't want him to see me like this. The last time I've had a horrible morning retching into the toilet was during my college years, being the life of the party. Thoughtless and shameless, I have thrown away months of frivolous merriment and pointless hookups. I didn't even retain any of the connection I had made from that time. Sure, they still know of me and I still know of them, and we still do business from time to time, but I've lost touch with anyone who I didn't see on a daily basis. I hardly have any of the friends I had when I was still Hannah Evans. Teachers, fellow university students, drinking buddies, and old conquests like Jack.
No, don't touch me, sweetie. It's disgusting.
Uh-huh.
I'm disgusting.
Luke sits Luke sits down next to me on the toilet floor to hold my hand even when I was cup up more fish. I don't really need to know what are you vomiting? Pregnant? Who knows? Exmoto. He wipes up the vomit from the corner of my mouth and just stares.
Do I need to fire someone? I don't feel sick.
Just feeling a bit under the weather, dear. It's been unbearably hot
I think
as of
she
late,
pregnant.
hasn't it?
I'm not gonna tell you. You'll just figure it out. Wait, give me a sec. I am doing something. Give me a moment. Okay.
I do wish it would rain.
Are you sure it wasn't those sweets? I told you not to
It
eat
was you.
those sweets.
My God.
Maybe. Well, don't laugh.
Well, I can't help if you make that sort of face.
Pregnant? Probably. He's kind of cute here. Not gonna lie. I'm not a doctor. I know she's pregnant. She's pregnant. These scenes happening next to the loo filled with sick just makes the whole thing bizarre, and it nearly makes me start giggling as well. I try to stifle it though as I smack him on the shoulder.
I'm not making a face, Luke. Stop laughing. Shut up.
Once Luke knows that she is pregnant, it's about to go down. Keith, when he would stop laughing, I let myself go as a laughter bubbles from my own throat, and I forgot whatever ill feelings plagued me. We're just husband and wife, laughing together at the funny face, the little things in life. I let myself go because I know that this moment will not last forever. But if I just know the terrible things that are to come for us, I would have wished with everything I have then and there that the laughter stayed. Whatever.
Hiya! Come on now!
Oh, they're in the mansion already. The place is not... The place is... Sorry. The place is bustling with movers carrying furnishing here and there, along with the several trunks of personal belongings taken from our penthouse. Luke watches them like a hawk, making sure nothing is handled carelessly or gets stolen.
Careful now. I know your pictures are framed by cheap plastic, but those are framed by African blackwood and are one-of-a-kind commissioned paintings. Each one is easily worth a lifetime of what you lot make.
And this is what I start hating him again. Like, there's like some times where Luke is actually nice and sweet, and then this shit happens.
Luke, do the dishwashers go into the kitchen or the butler's pantry?
Pantry, Buttercup. Careful, that's Emma Hut.
That's Emma Hut.
No, you there, put that down. You do not manhandle a Napoleon Abueva.
I see the exasperation. I'm sorry. I miss a lot of F stuff. What? Did he bed her? They did, but since they've been married for 7 years, they probably did. Knowing how Luke's mindset is, yeah. And I have to send the foreman an apologetic glance. Sorry. Even Johannes roll his eyes as he goes by. Considering Luke is always like this during a project, Johannes and I have gotten used to it. Poor Marianne, on the other hand, looks a bit stressed at seeing a gigantic mess before quickly going back to work. Everything just has to be perfect, though, exactly the way he wants it. One little thing out of the place, one little thing that didn't fit the image he clearly constructed in his head, and Luke gets bent out of shape.
Sweetie, why don't we go and sort your suits upstairs?
7 years without a child and they reach him. You know, I'll just tell you my opinion about this later.
Let your
'Cause
Hans and
I think
Marianne and the foreman deal with the rest of the work.
I think they're gonna talk about it in a few. In this part, I'm not sure.
We have this, Mrs. Wright.
Yes, please do go before a blood vessel bursts. Bloodstains are so troublesome to clean.
What do you mean by that, Johannes? Taking him by the hand, I lead him upstairs into our bedroom. This place has been arranged first so that we can get some rest no matter what state the rest of the mansion is in. I am definitely glad I can just lay down on a soft comfy bed after what has been a busy morning. Watching Luke act like his life depending on getting this move done is starting all on its own. And to think I have a whole day of this ahead of me. No, there's no third party. There's no third party. It's his. Because, you know, Hannah isn't really that kind of person. I feel the bed dips beside me as Luke sits down with a sigh.
I can't wait for this to be over.
I don't know. It's fun seeing you all fired up.
This
Here at home
is
and not
the
at work, you know.
the original owner. It's oh my god.
You know I can't always be home, Hannah. I have a company to run, unless you've forgotten.
I haven't forgotten. You're the one who insists on being there to make sure each and every little thing is under control. I just really miss you sometimes, and I wish you were at home more often.
Oh yeah, a lot of people say this is looks like Steven Universe mom, cause she got pink hair too.
Why, if you're not careful, I might go a bit loopy and I'll start bringing cats home. And soon enough, one day you'll find yourself going home to a farm just filled with felines that follow you everywhere.
Oh, don't bluff. The things would shred up your precious furniture. Besides, you don't even like cats.
You know what? Time to block Hannah for that. I don't like Hannah at all.
True, true. Dogs are infinitely superior.
Shut up, Hannah. I'm gonna block your ass.
But what about the wet dog smell? The mess? I'm not cleaning up after a mutt, no matter how cute. If you think about it, a cat would be better.
What? For one reason, I would agree on Luke. Uh-oh. It's not always that we can just lay down and talk about this sort of things. To joke around as if we're a teenager again, with very little problem in the way of responsibilities and roles. To hear his genuine, honest to goodness laughter is rarity. Oh please, cat pushes things off shelf too. I like cats, you guys. This is my stream, so cat superior. Okay. I can only see it as a sign of good things to come.
All good points. I guess we could just have kids.
Uh-oh.
That is, if you prefer dealing with soiled nappies and sick as opposed to dead birds, mice, and litter boxes.
Oh shit.
I've already told Marianne about turning the second bedroom into a children's room.
Don't ruin his mood. I guess sometimes I don't know when I'm crossing a line. I didn't say that I'm a good comedian, did I?
Not this again.
Hey, Rupi! Wait, give me a sec. Cats are fighting again. Oh my god. There's two cats. They keep fighting. You guys not fight, huh? Especially you old ass, ugly ass, smelly ass, small ass cats. Stop fighting. You guys are annoying. And cat girls and
What?
cat. What's it? Cat Cat girl VTuber. Yeah, true. True, Max. Aray. Okay, let's go.
I wasn't being serious.
It's not something you take the piss out of.
They're married. Why would they thought of having a child? Is such a taboo.
Having a kid is a big
I'll-
responsibility,
okay.
Hannah. We've talked about this, haven't we? I'm not ready to be a parent. I'd probably end up killing the little brat by the week's end.
To be fair, we don't really know how looks can be, but seeing how looks acts, just, you know, when just people are like manhandling his precious ass furniture, I think it's safe to say that he's not really. If you don't want to be a pair, why would you marry someone? Do you think that marrying someone is just having a kids? It's not really like that. That's not how, you know, married work, Tokia. Maybe back in the day. But people can marry without having a kids. It's not like you marry someone just because you wanted kids. No, it's not. It's just that some people are, even him, he said it himself, he's not ready to become a father. It's not like he doesn't like the idea, he just not that ready. Because they're still young. I mean, 7:30 isn't really that young anymore, but at the same time, it's just a big responsibility. And marrying someone, it's not about, you know, having kids and whatnot. You can marry someone without having kids. It's really up to the both of them. And knowing that Luke said he's not ready, he would probably kill the child. It's best to say he's just not in for it at the moment. Maybe, you know, he thought about it, but it just, you know, it's not, he doesn't really like it. But yeah, I wouldn't think that he'll be a great father. It's just that it's kinda stupid to say, oh, you'll be a great father, when he literally said, I might end up, you know, M-wording the child by the week's end. So definitely not a good thing. I feel guilty, uneasy even about bringing this topic up. This isn't the first time I brought it up there, and considering we've been married for 7 years, but I should have learned my lesson. Talking about it has always gotten me disapproval. After all, this is one of the surefire ways to get Luke into a terrible mood.
I'm sorry, but I do think you...
Don't finish that sentence, Hannah. Just
See?
don't.
He's not... Man, being rich is hard, I see. I don't think it's being hard, because I've seen people make babies even when they're busy. Just because, okay, you want kids, fine, I'll give it to you, but I'll focus on doing my business. It's not about being busy. It's just that she's not into it. Cause I don't want to spoil you, but this guy doesn't deserve to be a father at the moment. Cause in the later episode, I'm gonna show you not very soon. It's just gonna be other chapter. This guy is such an asshole, no doubt. He's not definitely ready to become a father. Especially what he did to the other woman. I'm not telling you, but you know, you guys gotta wait for that.
We know how this discussion ends.
Sure.
Let's not fight over what ifs and if onlys.
But what if we are going to have a family, Luke? What then?
I just told you. No what ifs.
We won't talk about it until you're ready.
Let's not talk about it then. Ever.
See what I mean? He's not interested. Yeah, he's an asshole through and through. It's just... Oh, sorry. I avert my gaze from him, favoring the view of our four-poster bed, overseeing his embittered expression. Sorry. Just think of how insensitive I am for bringing it up. Makes me feel sick to my stomach. Huh? It's not... yeah, for real. He's gonna do something that I forgot if Hannah find it out, but he's gonna do something so bad. But it's insensitive. I mean, I'm gonna say as a woman. My God, the love of God. I wouldn't say it like that. What is this? A certain tiger. I'm just gonna answer what you said because it got deleted, but yeah, you know, men works. We stay still, neither of us there makes the first move to leave. Until a crash from a dancer cut through the tension.
Oh, bloody hell, what is it now? I can't get away for 10 minutes without someone mucking something up. That better not be what I think it is. I know it's only an 8 million yen vase, but I swear, I
don't stop him as he storms off, and he doesn't even bother to look my way. Yet I can still feel his eyes boring into me. Alone as per usual. I really should be used to it by now. I can feel the minutes tick by with me just laying there, feeling miserable and full of self-pity. I have rolled over to lay on my stomach at this point, my face buried into the pillows when there's a knock at the door. Grumbling at them to go away doesn't work as my voice comes from the other side.
Madam, the photographer from Luxury Living is here.
It's Zach. Wait, is that today? Oh yes. People have caught wind of our new mansion the very moment we left the open house. Luke had been boosted. He could acquire the property in no time and allowed a photo shoot for interior design magazine to be scheduled today. While there were complications, it took longer than it usually does.
In a minute, Hansi.
Gibby, yeah, it's Gibby.
Your Highness, if you could at least make it through the end.
Tell them I'll be right down, Hansi.
Hansi. The mansion ground has been one of the first things to fix up, aside from the bedroom. Although it's still work in progress, it had a promising start and I can already see the flower patches. Luke's favored daffodils stands out easily, having been transplanted from the pots that used to litter the rooftop of our penthouse. Why, if the moving crew thought that Luke was being hard on them, they clearly didn't see the landscaper on his way out. The man looked like he was ready to faint, and Luke seems ready to kill him by the end of their discussion. It is in the garden that I see him standing near the flower in quiet admiration. He is hard to me, is the hunk of a man that clearly did not belong, and the big backpack and suitcase he has with him makes him look much larger. It is a peculiar sight seeing someone who looks like he does handling little delicate things with such care. He looks up from the garden and does a double take before a friendly face replaces his serene expression.
Miss Wright, yeah?
I'm very
Hi,
sorry.
Zachary Steele here from Luxury Living, ma'am.
Speed boost. Sorry.
Hope you weren't waiting too long.
Sorry.
But it looks like you're still moving in, huh? Thought for a second there my calendar was wrong and I came here too early.
Is my alert working? Did you guys see the alert popping off whenever there's like someone's following, someone subscribing? I cannot be unsure. Did you guys see it? There you go. Did you guys see that? That up? Because I cannot see. Maybe I'm too blind. Anyways.
You look familiar. Have we met?
Ah, yes. Oh, thanks. Oh, now yes. No, I meant before. Sorry. I didn't mean. It's sort of late. I don't know why it's late like that. I don't really give a shit that much. Okay. I have a very wide social circle, so everyone looks familiar at one point or another. But one would think I'd remember someone who stand out like him. The struggle to recall must have been evident on my face as he quickly and kindly answered my question.
Oh, I was with Isabella, your estate agent, when she had the house blessed.
Oh yes, that's right. Small world, isn't it?
Yeah.
Should have known you were Miss Wright.
The one and only.
Why he looks like that? I see.
Welcome, welcome to Maison de Right.
Maison de Right.
And yes,
Sorry.
we've been in the process of moving in as we were delayed. But it won't be a problem. They're just adding a few things here and there, and you should still be able to do your work. Where's the rest of your crew then, Mr. Steele?
Zach is fine, please. Mr. Steele makes me feel like I'm a mascot for a cleaning product.
Mr. Steele.
Anyway, I'll be your one-man crew for today. Don't worry, been doing this gig for a while now.
You must be quite the veteran to handle this on your own. We've had a full crew coming into our penthouse the last time we were covered in your magazine.
Veteran? Oh, your words are too kind, Miss Wright.
Hannah, if I get to call you Zach, you have my permission to call me Hannah.
Mr. Steele, your woman. Very true.
Alrighty then. Anyway, I'm no veteran, but I know my camera well enough to make sure this is a good shoot. You can trust me on that, Miss Wright.
I like that one.
Hannah.
Okay. Zachary proves quickly enough that I can, in fact, trust him. His skill with camera and experience in this industry at the very least. He is kind and courteous, listening and following as I lead him around the house. A really nice fellow, and he treats our household staff well whenever we cross paths with them. I answer his question to be the best of my ability, and he is patient enough to answer mine whenever I get curious. For one, I ask what the bags are for. They are quite the magician tool. From inside, he had brochure. How do you say it? Procured? What the fuck? Procured several items to embellish the interior with. What do you say? Is this a long series or story? I'm interested on Duke of the Knockoff. It's a very long one. Let me show it to you. This is all the character that we have that we haven't played. So we're still here. It's very long. And if I remember, what do you call this? One character is around like 2 to 3 hours, kind of thing. As if he's good enough to be his fake. Oh no. Bowls of fruit, lemon trays with peppermint, stacks with a cookbook, cutting board, and a glass canister filled with a colorful nuts and grains are brought in for the kitchen settings. For the bathroom, there are white towels, seashells, and decorative soap. There are other things as well, 2 numbers to count, all in that large backpack and suitcase.
Tricks of the trade. Softens up a room, makes a place feel more homey, and fills it up with texture. But you guys probably have better stuff I can use for this.
No lights. Don't tell me all of these are just props.
Well, I've got my tripod here. For things like these, natural light is best. I'll just have to set the shutter speed to a real slow setting, and as long as nobody steps into the shot, it'll look great.
Oh, it better.
Oh, he likes it. She likes it. I'm clicking and I don't. My God. The ballroom needs a little preparation with its grand design. Although there are some trouble at first with the wide open space and the picture being backlit. It is in the kitchen that Zachary's prop come in handy. Considering how Johan kept the place so neat and sterile, one can practically eat off the floor. Sure. We carry on touring the house and taking pictures where we can, with the exception to the room which we have yet gained any purpose or design. There's gonna be an NTR, but I'll tell you soon. It's gonna be in other characters chapter. Too bad I can't take a sneak peek at his photo yet. Funnily enough, he is using a traditional camera. I didn't even know film still exist. With the way he speaks, however, I can see that he knows well enough about his craft that I'm not too worried about the butch photograph. I imagine photography must be a national tempus radio characteristic for him, judging by how at ease he looks while taking pictures. There are small snippets of conversation in between the clicking of the camera. He even goes far as to talk about these terminologies like shutter speed and aperture. When I asked about technical aspect, I can quite see the picture as it made, much like when I watch artists paint on their canvas. By just watching someone passionately practicing their craft practicing their craft such as this is exciting in its own way. Going through the many room has been quite the exercise for the both of us. Okay. Oh, this is my thumbnail. Keep saying hi. Yeah, do you live around Asia? Oh no, I am an Asian. Wait, is my voice this is not really the first time someone says my accent. I don't even have an accent. But yeah, I live somewhere in Asia. In the hell of the Philippines. I learned Haya because of Uncle Nigel. Haya and the word la. Like every time you said, you put la in it. So, despite that, it has been so nice, and I find myself putting on my best smile. But it is as we're taking picture in the foyer that everything's come to stand still for a moment. Just for a moment. Wait, give me a sec, let me drink. It is merely a split second when Zachary's rhythm is put to halt. Dang, what a sight. Can I screenshot this for funsies? Okay, there you go. Okay, his finger doesn't move to release the shutter, yet he also doesn't pull the camera away from his face, gaze still firmly fixed through the viewfinder. His hands shake and there is a slight sheen of sweat on his forehead.
Zachary?
No response.
Zach, is something the matter?
Lowering his camera, he blinks and stares at something behind me before shaking his head. Turning around, though, I see nothing that could have gotten his attention.
Oh, no, there's nothing wrong. I just remembered something, that's all.
Yeah, it was just me.
Let's get back to the pictures.
I was kidding.
Can you move a bit more to the left, yeah?
I struggle to respond this time. There's a wait, go. Give me a sec. I might be not. Oh my god. There's a sudden weight on my back and an incredibly tightness around my throat. Everything stops and everything starts again as I manage to choke out.
If you're sure.
I don't know what just happened. It was probably just this spell. I'm fine. And he said it's fine. Wait. We continue at the same pace before, although there is unspoken agreement that we will not talk about what happened. Oh, sorry.
So, is this a full-time job for you then?
What's with the ghost? Well, in the previous part, it seems like, you know, when whoever reads this letter that says, help me, help me, help me 3 times and send it to 5 people or else, it's like, you know, those chain messages? It seems like there will be a ghost that will follow them, but as the time goes by, you'll definitely see it's not really about the letter anymore. So is this a full-time? Wait, no.
Nah, I just freelance mostly for magazines, newspapers, and events. So you can't really call it a full-time job. It's fun and it puts food on the table, but it's not what I really want to do. At least, not all the time.
What is it that you want to do then?
Maybe I've been out of the line, sticking my nose into other people's business, but I can't help but ask. I regret doing so as I see his shoulders slump and an easygoing air he has fades away. He looks torn over whether he wants to talk about it or not.
Films, documentaries mostly. But cinematography is a lot more difficult than photography, right? I was working on this thing, actually.
What thing?
Well, it wasn't really a big thing. People didn't like 𝗏𝙁 very much.
People don't like a film about colors. I suppose they would have liked 𝗏𝙁𝙁 a lot more.
Very funny.
So, Grand Director,
It's
do
like,
you want to tell me what
so it's like a
𝗏𝙁𝙁 is
tape
all about?
curse. I wouldn't say it's a tape curse, but it's more likely, I'll just give you guys a bit of a hint. This is the reason. Not this, not him, not her. This is the reason as where they are. Okay, that's the only there's multiple MC. This is the MC. Give me a sec. All of these are the MC, but I cannot. We already seen Marianne. It's the girl. We already seen Luke. Guys haven't probably seen this too, but this is Zachary. So yeah. He hesitates, but when I refuse to budge on the matter, he gives in and spill it out all at once. 𝗏𝙁𝙁. I'm not even gonna bother reading that. Dark blue, the darkest hour of a black British. He speaks with passion of one who has gone through the very matter he is concerned with. There is a conviction, knowledge, and experience in his speech. Why, I wouldn't have told him that he is an amazing speaker if only I wasn't so engrossed listening. Prejudice and discrimination in school and in the workplace. Lesser chances for opportunity and higher chances of being treated like a criminal. He spoke of black and people of color in general still being treated as a second-class citizen, all because of their color of their skins. It is all just positively riveting and sad. It comes to a point wherein he soon loses steam. He looks abashed, realizing what he had just done.
Sorry, I just got so carried away and...
It's fine. It is really so fascinating to watch people talk about their passion after all.
You know, I usually listen to a lot of podcasts, whether it's just, video game podcasts, I think I mostly listen to video game podcasts. Yeah, it's about racism pretty much. So every time I hear someone talk about their passion about making video games for this, playing video games because this is their life. Tulog na ako, pre. Hey, thank you for watching, Tokyo. See you soon. Not really, but see you on stream again. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. Alis ka na. Anyways, but yeah, every time I hear people talk about their passion, it's honestly, how do you say this? It feels, how do you say this? It feels nice to hear them talk about their passion and everything, because when you hear them talk about something else versus when they start talking about their passion, you'll see the differences. You'll see how excited they talk about passion of their, what they're passionate about is just so it's honestly heartwarming, to say the least. Hey, what's up again, Anderson? Come back. Of course, you can even see sparkles in their eyes. That's very true. That's why listening to it's very fascinating to hear people talk about their passion. Yeah.
You should see how your eyes light up when you speak so fiercely. You do have very beautiful eyes.
You're kind of flirting.
Thanks, I guess.
I want to say that I understand where he's coming from, but I really don't, do I? I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth, and I've lived a charmed life. It hasn't been perfect, but the difficulties I've been through pales in comparison to what others experience on a daily basis. I certainly don't know how I would have fared were it any different. Would I still have met Luke, and would he still have loved me if I was any lesser?
What was your home like? These things you talk about, it sounds like you... Well, I don't mean to pry, I mean.
Live with my older sister and my grandparents. We had a shop selling all sorts of things below our flat. And well, I was one of the few non-white, non-British students in class.
You have a beautiful eyes. She stares deeply into his soul. Yeah.
I didn't get pushed around or anything straight up. Even then, I was one of the biggest kids around. But a pencil and notebook would go missing, you know?
Oh, that I knew. Children can be so cruel at times. Of course, maybe a slightly different story when you have a personal guard and a stolen item is not a pencil, but an expensive heirloom.
So what about you? How you liking your new house? It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, very much.
It's nice, I suppose.
You suppose? Not big enough?
What? No, oh, don't be a bully. It's just that...
I understand if you don't want to talk about it.
I was a little girl, all dolled up and treated like a fragile porcelain with a nursemaid waiting for me to hand and foot. All the materials possession anyone could ever want. I could ask for on a whim and it would be handed to me just like sana all. But I barely saw my parents, just goodbye kisses in the morning before they went off to who knows where they were needed to next. I saw them more often on a telly or in the papers than I ever did in a person. That's honestly sad. I mean, okay, a little bit of a lore of myself. I also grew up not having... Well, I have parents, but I grew up not spending time with them. I only get to spend time with my mom when she retires. But imagine, from really young, kindergarten, up until at least second year, second high school, like when you're just a junior high school, that's the only time I get to spend time with an actual parents. But both of them were absent. When I said absent, I barely see them once a month. I barely even talk to them once a month. So it's not yeah, it's just, yeah. If being rich means I have everything but I'll be missing what makes me a human, I would reject it. Yeah, it's just, I mean, yeah, you can buy literally everything when you're rich, but if you're still lonely, like, well, for me, I don't really give a shit. I want the just kidding. I'm kidding, yeah. I would have just said that, but
I remember my old house. It was a lot like this one. Big walls and big holes, but nobody in it.
money can buy
Not
happiness.
really.
I mean, for me, I can buy gaming PC. I'm just fucking. I joke about this because this is what I actually needed. You know, I need the gaming PC in order for me to create more contents, better contents, but it can also help me increase. It just makes my whole channel more interactive for, you know, for you guys, and also for me as well. I can, you know, edit faster without, oh no, I don't know if laptop can handle this. I'm not even gonna do that. But yeah, it's just, you know, again, donating isn't required, but by how do you say this, by subscribing, watching my stream, or even just watching my short or like my clips, subscribing, liking the videos, or even commenting is already big enough for me. And I would call that how do you say this, a support nonetheless. It doesn't have to be donation. It could just be a simple, you know, watching it, subscribing, liking, those kind of stuff. It would be a big help, honestly. So yeah, I hope you can get the money. I don't know if I can donate having no job at the moment. Relatable, but yeah, it's just one thing over another. It's not required. Okay, you might think that, you know, supporting me requires for you to donate. It's not. You can literally subscribe or watch the video and then help me get through I think it was a YouTube partnership program. Yeah.
It makes you think how alone you are.
Pensive moods overcomes us. And there's a moment where neither of us are sure of how to go on from there. Things have gotten a bit too personal, yet it isn't wholly uncomfortable, like as if we've been friends before.
Well, that's normal, ain't it? You just moved here.
Yeah.
You'll make home out of it yet.
He certainly makes it easy to believe that. My childhood house is indeed a lot like this one. Just as large as extravagant, and just as empty. I hope he's right.
So, Monsieur le Photographe, you've covered the one and only Ermengarde mansion.
Oh my god, yeah.
What's next on the agenda?
The interview?
Boring. It's an interior design and housing magazine.
And they want to know what Miss Wright has to say about her interior design and house.
Blah.
Honor Wright thinks she bought a magnificent house that she can certainly brag about. Blah, blah. Boring. You know what they should print more of? I watched an interesting documentary the other day. 𝗆𝙁 𝗨𝗪𝗔, the darkest hours of the Black British. I recommend you watch it.
Nice. It's fun.
Those are the things that people should know about. What do they care if I use a purple or green bowl of fruit in my kitchen?
People, right?
Oui. People are shite.
People are shite.
What do you think? Do I look good with this angle?
Wait, give me a sec. I think. Give me a sec. Alright. I thought someone was trying to knock, but turns out it was just my cat fucking playing. Hiya. I thought I was like, am I hearing things? What is this shit? Anyways, I strike. Something is going on with this too. I feel like Hannah was just being too friendly. Too friendly, I mean. But he recovers quickly, and after snapping a few shots, he
Yeah, vous êtes belle.
Ooh.
You want copies of these ones?
Yes, please. So, the big boy knows French.
What? The look.
You must have wooed a few ladies. Unless you're into gents.
Yeah.
Either way, French is, after all, the language of romance.
No, I don't know about quoting fancy poetry, but I've made lunch for a girl before, and they did like that fancy French cuisine.
Can you cook your best?
I can cook just about anything as long as I know the recipe.
C'est magnifique.
C'est magnifique. It has been too long since I've had a nice and proper chat with a good friend. No, Lee is certainly not a good friend, and although we're just met, Zachary is a sort who can probably befriend anyone. He's just he's just a comfortable person to be with. A bit too comfortable. Yeah, you were fucking flirting with him. The photoshoot went by a breeze, and somewhere along the way, as we talk and laugh, I find myself getting a bit too close without realizing. He gives me this strange look until I back off, and he'll go back to asking questions after I agree to do his little interview. And it's just odd. Well, no. Me being friendly isn't that odd. That's how I am. Zach is the one that's being odd. Why anyone else would be absolutely welcome the extra attention I give them. He, on the other hand, looks almost flustered about it. She should be used to different personality by now, having to deal with various people when he works. But if not, he needs to start. Perhaps nobody has shown him attention of this kind, but he's a big boy. He should be able to handle me. All it is, it's a friendly touch here, a pretty smile there, and a gently swaying of the hip. You're flirting. What do you mean a gently swaying of hips? God. Bruh. The reason why Zach doesn't, kinda accept your gesture, you're married. My God. The NTZ are, they fucking, oh my God. Zachary grew and grew more red every time he noticed. Am I being mean as I find enjoyment in seeing him unravel? Perhaps. This went on during an interview and beyond that. There's nothing wrong with what we're doing, right? Who's gonna tell her, please? Who's gonna tell her? Zachary and I just having a playful, friendly chat while enjoying the outside view. At least that's how I see it.
I'm sorry, but I'm really getting distracted.
I ship them a
Could
lot.
you maybe stop doing that?
Stop. Cannot. Oh my God. This part of me actually wants to continue. Okay. what do you guys want me to do? Should I actually continue this? Should I continue? Hold on. Should I continue or not? Answer. Which one do you guys like? Can Mod-san do... Oh my god, Mod-san. Ang taga... Woman is married and pregnant. Okay, you know what? We'll just do some teasing. Stop it. No. Not sure if I want to though. I wanna... I ship them. Okay, let's do a poll real quick. Screw Luke, very true. Okay, I'ma do poll. Wait, give me a sec. You guys, I want them to I want them together. Cause I feel like, yeah, maybe Luke and Hannah are good together. Don't normalize I don't normalize NTR. It's just that I don't care about Luke. This is a game, bro. I can. Okay, I'm gonna do some poll real quick. Let's see. Okay. Should I... Okay, it's about Luke. Nobody. Flirts, or flirts. No. There you go. Excuse me. There you go. Okay. We'll have the judges. It's tied. It's getting tied. Let's see. Where's the pool? Uh-oh, I cannot see. What's happening? What's happening to the pool? I cannot see the pool real quick. Which one is winning? Dude. I cannot see. Filter tap all messages. Come on. It's tied. Then let's just stop.
I'll stop if it makes you uncomfortable, sweetie.
Sorry.
No, I should be the one apologizing. Why, you're a shy one, aren't you, big guy?
It's not that, but...
You guess? Yep. Nice. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Unpin your tweet. Oh, okay. Unpin your tweet. Get your own girl. Being bold, implicit. Wait, what? Sorry, give me a sec. My game is broke. I think I'm more stunned at the fact that he pointed out rather than, well, being rejected. Not that anything is going to happen between us in the first place. We're just going to be some harmless flirting. It's not.
So, you've never had a girlfriend?
No. No boyfriend either. You know, just in case you were gonna ask for that one next.
And you haven't even had your first kiss?
Not a one, ma'am.
Do you want to have your first kiss today?
Yeah. I can't help it. I really can, and I'm going to apologize. Lots later. Surely by the catty smile on my face, it is obvious I'm just pulling his leg. The laugh I failed to contain certainly gives it away if it still isn't obvious. But still, he lights up in embarrassment, stammering and sputtering objections.
You're married, and this will be extremely unprofessional.
Cute.
I never said I would kiss you, silly. Oh, Johans!
No, what? No. Don't call your butler. She's Hannah.
I told you I fucking shipped them.
That would be for the better. I don't think his husband would appreciate it if I made him kiss another man.
Oh, he's League of Lesbians too.
I do not think he can hear us from here either. But it is hard to think you're not taken, Zachary. Why, whoever becomes your girlfriend will be so lucky to have you. You can cook and take
I'm
wonderful
out.
photographs. Wonderful meals and wonderful memories.
I can play guitar too.
Ooh.
You can? Oh my. Wonderful serenades as well then.
If they got divorced, I would totally get them together.
Perhaps I can find a young lady
Oh, the
who
butler
deserves a
swings
fine,
that way,
strapping young
yeah.
gentleman like yourself.
The butler swings that way.
Let's not get carried away.
Okay.
Besides, I gotta be going. It's getting late and I got someplace else to be.
A shame.
A shame.
I will be expecting you again soon, I hope. For a copy of my photographs, yes?
Yeah.
Of course, I'll even deliver them personally. Just, you know, don't try to make me kiss your butler when I drop by.
As fate would have it, the very moment the words leave his mouth, Johannes come out of the house. Judging by the slight raise of his brows, he has heard only the tail end of the sentence.
There shall be no kissing of any butlers under this roof. Danke.
What? What did you do? Oh my god. Stop deleting chat. There's no shall kiss. Okay.
But you are not under a roof, are you, Hansi?
To my amusement, he takes a step back, safely placing him within the threshold of the foyer and under the roof of the house. My cat is here and I cannot see the text. Okay. Just as ever, he is quickly to return with a sardonic
I
reply.
am now. As I was saying, madam, it's about time for supper. Will I be needing to set an extra place at the table?
Oh, what? No, I was just leaving, actually. So, you have a good night, Hana.
I'm asking that where is the Zex? There's no. It's gonna be soon.
And you too, Hansi.
Hansi. I wouldn't say it first. There will be one, but it's not too graphic, to say the least.
It was nice to meet you, 𝘂𝐿. You have a safe trip.
He nods and grin on his face as we say our goodbye. It is the sweetest that I could ever seen. I watched as he went down the path back to Aslim village until it is nothing more than a blip in the horizon. I cannot help the small smile on my face as I go inside for supper. Okay. Entering the dining hall causes me so much confusion. It is dark. For a moment I thought the electric work is not up to par. Oh, I was about to say this game is too good to be a P game. It's not really, you know, not like that. But that clearly isn't the case, as every other room is bright with artificial light. Finding the light switch is a monumental task, considering the size and my unfamiliarity with the room. To make matters worse, the darkness grants the room in a different atmosphere, uneery and frightening. It takes longer than I thought to find a switch, something that will have to be rectified later on. My skin starts to prickle and there is a distinct feeling of being watched. It unsettles me and only spurs me into my search. When I do open the light, there is a hiss.
I'll turn the lights down, woman.
Yeah, he's drinking. Dude, why you drinking? Oh, sorry, I did not mean to do that. Perhaps I can let it go if it's only one glass of wine. However, I feel myself go livid after seeing that toxic green liquid gleams mockingly at me.
Luke, what? Are you drinking absinthe?
So, for those who don't know, absinthe are like very dangerous to drink. It is an alcohol, but it has a higher alcohol percentage. At least drinking one bottle can literally embroil you. Yeah. I think it was like 50% alcohol, 70, something like that. Basically, you're just drinking alcohol for your hands, if anything. Yeah.
You know what the doctor said. Absinthe, Luke.
And absinthe are banned in other country. Yeah. It's a toxic alcohol. I've tried one for just like one sip. I didn't like it because it's banned. Wait, give me a second. Let me correct my fact if it's true. Yeah, it is a potent alcohol, actually. Bro, most alcohol or wine I see, it is, yeah, it's really, how many percentage has, let me check. Absinthe alcohol percentage. Absinthe is a type of alcohol and a very strong one with an alcohol content to 45 to 74% by alcohol. It's a very potent drink with a long and complicated history. Yeah, I told you, you might as well drink, yeah, pure alcohol. That's why it's so toxic.
Are you actively trying to kill yourself? Because if you are, we can just hit you with a bloody car.
Honeybee, Buttercup, not too loud, please. Besides, it's Lelouch, not too strong. Just hair of the dog that bit me.
Yep. It's a strong drink, and it's actually banned in most countries. I don't know if it's banned in US, but it is banned.
Helps with the hangover, dearest.
You drank? When?
This morning, love. Don't be mad. I just needed a few drinks, having to deal with those simpletons. And maybe I had one too much. You don't see me whinging about you leaving me to handle them on my own.
I had to attend the photo shoot and interview with Luxury Living. You know that. Let's not make this about me, Luke. This is about you and your drinking problem and...
Oh, I don't know, Hannah, darling. What if my drinking problem, as you like to call it, is linked to you?
Oh my god.
If we think about it that way, this discussion is about you. That was pretty mean of you, leaving me alone to do all the work like that. You can't use the interview as an excuse either, honey. I was informed the moment your little interview was done. So, what was it then, What were you doing?
Interview, stupid ass.
I was talking with Zachary, the photographer for Luxury Living.
I have no reason to tell lies. It's not like I'm guilty of anything. And as Luke's expression turns, it makes me feel like I'm actually to blame for something. He has a way of making me lay bare with just a look. That had really struck me when we first met years ago.
That giant Negro.
My god.
You were having a secret meeting behind my back and it was with him?
What are you implying?
I'm implying nothing. I'm just worried. You know better than to trust those media types, Buttercup.
Yeah.
He must have been really friendly to occupy your time like that. But all he's looking for is his next big headline.
He's a photographer for an interior design magazine.
Doesn't matter. You let one little thing slip, one wrong move, and it'll blow up in the telly in the morning.
So you had a previous issue before.
He'll go to his journalist friends to gossip and make a quick quid.
His eyes were the first thing I noticed about him. They were like a nature, the grass and the trees, wonderful and breathtaking. Now, as I look at him, they're nothing but the same shade of green as the bloody damn drink in his hand.
He was a perfect gentleman, Luke. I can't say the same for you as of recent.
Excuse me again? We're talking about you, Hana.
No. I am pretty sure we were talking about you and your drinking problem, Luke, right?
Hungover, forgotten. During the course of this little spat, the man jumped onto his feet and seat. It looks like he is barely stopping himself from throwing the nearest thing he can find.
Oh, it is not a problem. I can stop whenever I want. And even if it was, I think you can very well stay out of it, as it only affects my own kidneys or liver or whatever the bloody hell that shite pollutes. Whatever aftermath that occurs because of your little chit-chat with the Negro affects the both of us, however.
Look, Luke. Nothing will happen. You have to relax. It was just a friendly chat.
Well, now I think I'm getting jealous. Or I would be if it weren't for this damn headache.
Maybe you should drink more.
Maybe.
Supper is spent in silence without nothing but the occasional sound of a silverware. I can stop whenever I want, says the addict. A grand feast has been served, and well, grander than usual anyway, most likely due to Luke's complaint of stress. Dang, a platter of a native oyster for starter and a tranche of turbot with purple sprouting broccoli, lemon, capper, and anchovy sauce for the main. To finish it all up, a black tea and a golden syrup sponge pudding with a custard. When our appetites are appeased and the plates are cleared away, Luke stands, kisses me goodnight, and leaves me to stare at my half-empty cup. Lonely in a lull of night, I sit in a house too big and too empty, foreign and unwelcoming. Even when it's warm tone and homely decor, it feels cold. There's no need for tears, however. I know I can get through like this every other obstacle I have faced before. This is minor setback and what I hope will be a long and a happy life. To remind myself that this place is for Luke and for our future children fills me with a renewed vigor. Besides, it looks like someone is having a cry already. What the fuck? What do you mean by that? I like the pudding and the tea though. Gonna lie that yeah, I was kinda hungry after seeing that. The fuck? A wailing is far away and muffled. Yet at the same time, it shakes me to my every core as I hear it. As if the suffering is just standing right next to me. That's kinda creepy. Hearing it sends a chill down my spine and makes my skin prickle with a goosebump. Okay. Who is that? That's fucking creepy. Security sink in as I follow the sour sound into the kitchen, into the wine cellar hatch.
Hello? Is anybody down there?
Hello. I am curious and concerned, but there's no way I am going down into a dark and humid underground. I am not as enthusiastic as Luke, who considers himself quite I forgot how do you say this. However, I cannot bring myself to go to bed with this racket going on. If it's one of the household help, they will surely need some talking. After all, this wouldn't be the first time I have gone and found one of the maids sobbing their eyes out over one thing or another. Sorry. More often than not, it was either Johannes or I who'd calm them down, who'd help them figure out things, how to go on about things. What? Unfortunately, I am not in high spirit right now, so I am not as wholly benevolent. Sorry. So I will... What would I get if I open the fucking hatch? And I'm just gonna open the hatch for the views. I may not be going down, but there's no point in talking through closed doors. Or hatches in this case. The thing refuses to budge at first until there's a soft click and it easily swings free. As I lift up the hatch and look down the cellar, a sense of uneasiness washes over me. I guess Akira would. Yeah, this shit's creepy. This is fucking creepy as fuck. It isn't just a sudden outset of vertigo and nausea, but also the darkness. Yeah, Cory Kenshin. Dude, that's my 𝗂𝗵𝗄𝗄. It's suffocating. As I look down, it feels like it's looking back at me. I worry that something will suddenly pull me into the deep. I can hear her whispering. Calling for me. She wants me. Needs me. She wants to drown me, pull me down, and suffocate me in her embrace until I sink into the bottom. A deep abyss waits, inviting yet foreboding. She's calling to me from in there, isn't she? I do want to help, I do. But the shadow threatens to creep out, and a feeling of apprehension keeps me in place. Already it paints the room in a darker light. What the fuck? There's a lurching sensation, and the feeling that allows after is hard to explain. It feels like I'm watching myself from the sidelines, a spectator to my action or a lack thereof. I will myself to snap out of this detached feeling, to move, to do anything except stare at myself. And for a moment, I see the look of fear in my face. I'm back in my body, but the hook in my stomach is no longer the only one. There's a nook everywhere, tearing and pulling at my skin, flesh, and bones. They pull at me in every direction, and it hurts. It hurts so much, but I can't bring myself to scream out.
Help me.
What is this? H. Sorry. I. Okay. What is this? H. Q. So, oh my god. What happened? Oh my god, wait, hold on. Sorry. My game. Sorry. So I don't know, but I probably click something and make it. It takes a while with the fog that has settled in my head and with the heavy limbs. But soon enough, I managed to look around. I'm in our bedroom already, though I do not recall going here. Luke slumbered beside me, looking peacefully and angelic. It doesn't matter. I'm safe and I feel better than ever. Tomorrow, better days will come. Yeah. Quick time event. Let's go. Luke is already gone by the time I rise. There isn't a single head nor a hair of him to be found. Trying to call him on his mobile is a bust, as it only goes straight to his voicemail. That's twice in a row he's gone on me. And for him to disappear today, of all days, is very bit upsetting because of what's to come. The morning is once again filled with a whirlwind of activities. Fortunately, I am much more refreshed as I took a break from my responsibility. I haven't the faintest clue of where Luke was yesterday. Today is going to be a busy day, although unlike Wednesday, the master of the house isn't here right now, absent once again from his duty. Well, Hannah is possessed now. I feel like she is. She got exposed to the ghost so bad. I wouldn't really call that, but we'll see. Hopefully he'll be back in time for the party. This is our house after all. A ground housewarming party for the wonderful Wright mansion. Every person in importance from a Luxburn is invited, and there will be a few guests flying in as well. Of course, there will be some people from the media along with friends and acquaintances who are made no less important regardless of their status in society. Marianne and I discuss business and the last minute touches to the house before finalizing everything. Not that there is much change from our original plans, bar any huge additional to property itself. The mansion is nearly 100% complete.
You have certainly exceeded expectations, Marianne. Everything looks so marvelous, and in such a short time, too.
Well, I can't take all of the credit. People have certainly been enthusiastic about the idea of working on the right mansion.
Mansion?
There won't be any more problems unless Mr. Wright has any more objections about the second bedroom.
Luke and I had small tiff about making the second bedroom in a child's playroom, which I insisted is completely practical. In the end, he had to acquiesce. I didn't give him any choice in the matter. I even bought this wonderful wooden crib from the antique store yesterday, including some toys. Just in case anyone brings their baby, of course. Besides, we have a little need for actual guest room. We hardly have guests who spend the night. If we absolutely have to, we often choose to foot the bill for their visit on one of our hotels instead, always at Luke's own insistence. And on the off topic that we actually let someone stay, the bedroom in the opposite wing is still up to the task.
Oh, no. We proceed with that room as planned. I already agreed to him having his greenhouse and his vineyard and his stables. He may as well let me have this one thing.
Give me a sec. I need to feed my cat. They're fucking crying. Tara. Switch one in. Switch one. Tara. I am back. I had to feed them because they were already crying. My God. Anyways, let's continue. No, wait lang. Going upstairs is so hard, my God. No, I did not agree to him having a helipad.
All right then.
Okay.
Well, do we have any other concerns? Anything we need to put on our agenda before the party commences?
Give me a sec. I'm rearrange my mic real quick.
No, I don't think so. Not unless Luke has anything else to say.
Is he around then? It'd be best if we can note down his requests right away, considering the scope of his usual ones.
Around? No. Where is he? Who knows where? I don't.
No, he's not around.
He didn't have to point out the obvious now, did she? After 7 long years, I've already gotten used to him. I should be by now. Still not, apparently.
But don't you have a party?
I want nothing more than to complain, to hinge about how unfair this is. However, airing out one dirty's laundry is simply a taboo among high society. To do so will make you a right target for the next dinner party chit-chat. Vulture, a lot of them, really. Or most of them, at least. They're always a good one, like Rochelle Lee. But put your trust in the wrong person and you'll find yourself eagerly picked apart.
Yes, but Luke's just being a sweetie, you see.
Sure.
That friend he's visiting, he's having marital problems and he's just trying to cheer him up.
Sure. getting milk even before the baby is born. I just perhaps I am a bit too rushed, a bit too hot-headed in indulging details, but I thought myself clever with a plan to dress it up as a gossip. Marianne's raised brows makes me unsure whether she is interested or not, although that makes things better if she has no interest and therefore has no hidden intent to utilize whatever I might say to her.
They've been married for a long time and they've hit how do they say it? A rough patch. His wife has a drinking problem and can be very neglectful. The poor thing really does his best to be a good husband. But it's never enough for her. Sometimes I think it's the years. Maybe it's been so long that they've lost that romantic spark.
You know, I've heard this thing before where, oh, you know, maybe having a baby would make it better because, you know, because they think it would be better if they actually had a baby. I would agree and disagree on that fact. Maybe for them, it would be not a good idea to have a baby, but for others, I think they can. I mean, having a baby is like a way to patch the marriage, but other than that, you know, yeah.
What do you think?
What do I think of the matter, ma'am?
Yeah. Wait, what is this relationship bull crap? Oh. From Hannah? Ooh. Dang, it's just minus. I don't know about that.
No, what do you think of my hair? It feels so lifeless and dull today, and that's no good for a party. And I think I'm breaking out into zits.
Now that you mention it, there is something different.
Oh.
There better not be something on my face.
I wouldn't worry about that. You do look a little paler than usual, ma'am. I apologize if I'm crossing any lines here, but have you been resting properly?
Huh. You'd think I get a bit tanned with how sunny it's been lately. Don't you worry. I feel right as rain and never better. But back to the matter at hand.
You were asking for my personal opinion on the matter, ma'am? Do you want me to be honest, or...
Do I want her to be honest? I mean, if it's give her idea on what's supposed to happen, then yeah. I mean,
Be honest with me, Marianne. I don't need someone to sugarcoat it. I'm not some fragile thing that I'm just going to break down at the slightest thing.
Honestly, honesty is the best policy. That's right. Okay, give me a sec. I'ma refresh the chat real quick, and we're back. Okay. She hesitated, taking a sip of her coffee while I stared into my own cup of tea. The silence stretched on, and I almost believed that she would never answer my question. I suppose that I shouldn't blame her, putting her in a tight spot like this. Her hesitation is understandable, though a lot to admit. She simply wants this whole thing to stay professional. But then she speaks.
If I'm going to be completely honest, I need to ask. This is about you and Mr. Wright, isn't it?
Yeah, it's my turn to hesitate now. I really didn't expect such straightforward question. And to get to that heart of the matter, I suppose I'm not as clever as I'd like to think. Or it is really that bad that an outsider can see our little marital problems. Surely we aren't that obvious, are we? We put up an act for a perfect couple for years, although he hasn't always been an act. Marianne is just a more keen than an average person, of course. It is necessary to her career, and he's been working so closely with us. Yes, that's it.
Suppose it is. What would you tell me?
Then I tell you it's none of my business. I tell you that I don't want to meddle. But if the troubled husband with the neglectful wife asked me for my honest opinion, I'd say that he shouldn't base his happiness and his self-worth on someone else.
Yeah, clock her.
Someone who won't even give him the time of the day.
That's good.
Maybe he should try being independent for a while. See what it's like when he isn't trying to please someone else and doing things for himself.
True.
Everyone's supposed to be their own man or woman, right? A bit of breathing room never hurt anyone.
Yeah, a space.
That's just my 2 pence worth, of course.
So you're saying they should divorce?
We.
Nothing as drastic as that.
I mean, he's talking about Hannah's POV, I guess. If you if you catch my drift. I think he was talking about the POV. League of Legends for the
If
win,
they're
yeah.
afraid that it might lead to just that, then maybe that is what's meant to happen in the first place.
Yeah, true.
We shouldn't let our fear control our lives.
Yeah.
But it's just a short hiatus is all.
Yeah. Oh no. Is he graduating?
Or,
Sorry.
couples therapy? Look, I'm really not the best person to ask about relationships. So grain of salt
Oh,
and
I
all
thought
that.
she said Hannah is neglected. No, the Hannah's story is about, them. She trails off, having said her piece, and leave nothing but a smell of coffee and Earl Grey between us. There is a calm despite the nature of what has been discussed. To say that her words made me start to think is understatement. To say that I'm not considering her advice is a lie. To say that this might just be this might just be the calm before the storm is possibility. Others have had Others have had shorter marriage. What the fuck is happening? My god, it's like the ghost is like coming out of my body. Okay, give me a sec. Others have had shorter marriage, yes, but plenty have celebrated long and happy ones as well. My own friends celebrated their choral anniversary before I think choral is like 50 years, I guess, or 60, I'm not sure. Choral anniversary, let me check. I think it was 50 years or 60. Okay. Choral anniversary. Oh, that lasted 35 years. Dang. That was long. Dang. But 7 years? 7 years isn't a whole lot in a grand scheme of things. It isn't a whole lot of time to see what and where our relationship can bring us. And at the same time, 7 years, well, it hasn't been entirely made up of unhappy years, has it? It won't last forever. It's not supposed to. Anyways, I just dread the thought of it might last for a very long time. I dread the thought of these small spats, this little disagreement will turn into an all-out resentment. The idea that we will grow to hate each other with every fiber of our being scares me. I can't even pinpoint the exact moment where our blissful union turned sour. We can get through this, right? I know that I still do love him, and I feel that there is part of him that loves me in return. We just need to get our head together and talk it out. Surely he will see some sense. Surely? Bruh. No. I must have been quiet for so long, and I moved to apologize when he stand. We both end up on our feet, unsure of how to proceed. Some sort of odd, awkward shuffle occur as we decide whether to sit down or not.
I really should handle what's left of the work.
Yeah, false hope. Because if you're questioning, then you're not happy. The fuck?
You won't be attending the party. Oh, you really must, Marianne.
Okay, for those who's asking, yeah, this is a horror game. This is just how the horror game makes you feel attached to the character. So yes, it is a horror game. Just know.
I'll try to stay in chat. maybe grab a few bites and a drink, but I can't be around for the entirety of the event. My apologies. Busy, busy, busy.
You must stay a while. I'd love for you to meet some of my friends, and they're ever so excited to meet you. You need to say hello to the Lees, at least. If it wasn't for them, I'd never even heard of you.
We'll see.
Yeah, let's
So,
go.
if Foy can be excused.
Certainly.
Oh yeah.
You'll have to excuse me as well. I must attend to the party before any early birds arrive. Because, believe me, they will throw a fuss if things aren't ready, even when they're not supposed to be here until an hour later.
The scene outside the parlor is great, organized mess. Okay. Aside from our own household help, we hired the service of a temp agency will provide staff for right enterprise in hospitality sector. Even our very skilled staff cannot undertake a party of this size on their own. Waiters, busboy, hostess, and their staff captain move about in droves, carrying crockery and serveware goods for several dozen people and then some. Chef and bartender stays after Johannes, looking like a scared little children as he escorts them through the kitchen and into the wine cellar. To peruse the stock, to collect what can be served at the party and what can be used for the cooking.
Schnell! We have a lot to do, and I believe we did
Schnell.
not snails. Snails are for the dishes.
A string quartet readies up to play for the evening, turning their instrument as they filled the air with the idle chatter. Floral decor worth thousands fill vases, wreath and basket, while petals are scattered along the driveway up front. An ice sculpture of a reindeer is brought in a careful by a pair. It is followed by a simple cake, just a 5-tier white chiffon one with a white chocolate mousse, a fresh berries, and a light dust of edible gold leaf. But despite the fact that I told Mary Ann how I will attend to all of this, I found myself unable to focus or care for any of it. I still have our discussion running in my head, and looking at all of this, I only see Luke everywhere. There are all the grand things that Luke wanted to have for the party. I wanted a small, elegant, and simple gathering with only a few with only a selected few invited, namely the people who I would actually trust to enter my house. I did not want any bloody politician or paparazzi in here, no matter how used I am to catering them.
At least be here for your party. Damn it, Luke.
Yeah. The entire thing. My God, why am I stuttering? The entire thing screams look right. And I can't help but add another question in my growing list of choirs. When did I ever lose myself? It's always about him nowadays, isn't it? What about Hannah Wright? What about Hannah Evan? I used to be my own woman who made her own name, her own career, and her own decision. Surely I was already a social butterfly that I still I am today, but it wasn't all empty, shallow gossip and sitting pretty. I was also lauded for my knowledge and talent. Finance manager wasn't just handed to me just because my father owned the company. I had insisted that I should start at the bottom so I could work my way up to the top and prove myself. And I did. I worked numbers, managed budget, money, account, analyzing the competition and market trends. There was a calculation of financial risk, cost reduction opportunities, author liaison and public relation, supervision of staff, and, well, I generally had a huge slew of responsibility. Admittedly, I was already quite the attention seeker even back then, having dedicated most of my youth craving for my parents' approval. I'ma get some water, bruh. My throat is getting dry. back. Sure. My throat is dried and I'm dying. Okay. Okay, we're back. Following that, I turn to others, look for praise from anyone who could give it, however fleeting it is. Oh, what? And look, oh look, the way he looked at me, the way he watched me and took a genuine interest. He had me distinctly obsessed since day one, hasn't he? He saw me for me, Hannah Evans, with both my faults and my achievement. The man didn't treat me like some damsel in distress or some prize to be won. I remember the nights before we were married when we talked about everything and anything. For big things like business, society, and philosophy to little things as we had for breakfast or whether we like cats and dog more. We both prefer dogs. Nowadays, I'm just Luke Wright's wife. It's mostly my fault, isn't it? They told me that the husband prefer wives who are docile and subordinate. Sorry. A woman who always be there for him yet would never outshine him in all aspect except beauty. A wife needs to be at home and attend to his needs, to have children, to take care of them in his absence. They said I have no business working anymore after I was married. I can't blame society, but I listened. Before I can fall further into this introspective pit of self-looting, someone calls for my attention.
The guests have arrived, madam.
Them. I guess, who's this girl? Marianne? Marianne was right. Just be yourself at first. You don't have to do this just because someone else is doing it. You know what I'm saying?
And Luke?
Running a bit late, I'm afraid.
The usual.
Late for his own party. That man, I swear.
Because
He's probably looking to make a dramatic entrance, knowing him.
Really?
Open the doors then. We mustn't tarry.
Sorry. Cars line up the driveway, peppering the front of the mansion with a vehicle of every kind. Grand tourers, supercar, even the odd high-end muscle car or two, convertible, grand saloon, and other luxury cars can be seen being parked by the valet. A handful of cabs drive up, possibly for those who thought it's too troublesome to bring their own cars. There are at least 2 different media vans as well. They're all here for what may be considered the biggest event of the year for Larkspur so far. Who knows what we'll plan for the winter's holiday.
Welcome everyone.
I cannot relate with this super good luck, Akira, good luck on the stream. Thank you, Werewolf Game. Oh my god, I'm very sorry. I was too focused on reading. Sorry, welcome to the stream. Oh my god, I'm very sorry. Oh god. Very sorry. Okay.
Please, make yourselves at home.
Some of the guests idle, enjoying the warm, if not strange, sunshine we are experiencing before glooming skies' inevitable return. They greet acquaintances and friends with warm smile, others less so. For where I stand, I can see the hierarchy of power, the ties that binds this individual here, whether through convenience or necessity. However, there are also a few who are not here to further cement on their current place in high society, such as that young, oh my god, Ash, what are you doing here, Ash? Such as the young man with his oriental air, ignorant of the looks he received from women and men alike.
Be careful with Shirley, alright?
What is this guy doing here? On that rose-haired woman talking on her phone, well, she looks unsure of why she is here exactly.
Yes, I'm at the party already, Mom. Yes, I'll say hi to her if I can.
Why? Oh, What is Rebecca and Ash doing here? He talks to a few of other media crew with that air of familiarity.
I was just here a few days ago, yeah. Yeah, and the inside is huge, but the staff are pretty helpful if you get lost.
And then there's a people like the chief inspector. People who I can never be too sure about. People who stand on the border between being suspicious and being trustworthy.
Thank you for the invite, Anna. Husband still missing, I see?
I should be saying the same of your darling Rochelle, Lee. The doctors again?
She told me she'll just be in the gardens. Bet she's lying and that she's somewhere around mingling, gossiping with the other ladies.
And
No
ladies.
offense, but that seems to be all you ladies do at these parties.
And aren't you gossiping right now?
Yeah.
Yes, well, what about Luke? Should we file a missing persons report now, or do you want to wait 24 hours?
He's around.
You know, I can tell if someone's bluffing.
Why are you like bluffing with the fucking chief inspector?
Don't tell me, let me guess. He's finally drunken himself to death and not wanting a scandal, you've hidden his body. I
Foreshadow?
was wanting to give this housewarming gift to him personally, too. It's a plate that holds a wine glass so he can stop killing himself with liquid lunches. Looks like it's too late for that.
Nothing like that. Besides, this is a hardly polite conversation.
Oh, relax. I'm just trying to be cheeky to lighten
Sup,
the mood.
Mod-san? How's it
It's not
going?
like I want Luke dead. The man doesn't serve dodgy plonk like the others when I visit, and he pays his respects well enough.
Uh-huh.
I could use a glass of wine or three, actually. Rochelle's been in a horrid mood. Threw a stilettos at me the other day and almost took an eye out.
The fucked.
Not sure if this is how it usually goes, but I blame the pregnancy.
I wouldn't know, would I?
Still no plans for a baby? Well, I guess that's for the best. If it's this bad now, I can't even imagine how bad it'll be when that little baby bump becomes huge.
Oh. Have I mentioned how I don't trust him no matter how hard I try to do so? At least he brought up a gift, I suppose.
Why don't you just go inside and have some wine, Lee?
Think I will, thanks.
Greetings such as this carry on as the guests continue to trickle in. Whether we have a short conversation or merely shake hands and nod head, I make sure to attend and welcome each of them. As for the first hour pass by, the rest of the Strangler and I adjourn to the ballroom. Any latecomers will have the attention of the post porter instead. I have other duties to attend to now. Hosting party is always the same old song dance no matter how big or small it is. You make sure your guests are well fed, have a good company, have them generally enjoy themselves. So when my opening remarks are done and when the bands has started to play and the guests have started eating, I find myself wandering around aimlessly unless I am pulled aside. For a while I stay with a small group and I entertain them before excusing myself. And when they're not anymore watching me, I end up watching them. When they don't listen, I do. A local banker is having trouble with his daughter. He wishes to marry her off, but she wants nothing more than to make music. One of our hotel managers worried about the stolen belongings of one of his patrons, a failing in security which should be brought up to the highest authority soon. Our mayor, well, his cat died. Oh my god. Why do I have to learn that? Huh? Well, there is a rose-haired woman once again. It is hard not to notice her, and with her distinctive locks, she also lacks of grace to the other ladies have, though that does not make her any less beautiful. Her stand and her air, what's happening? She includes instead are strong and make her stand out despite her casual attire. Many men have already given her attention, though each invitation to dance has been turned down. I approach, intrigued, although it is no great mystery what occupies her own attention with a glance she kept sending towards the boy with the oriental hair. She remains unaware though as I stand beside her pretending I am there for a drink.
You would catch his eye a lot better if you wore nicer clothes, don't you think?
Ay, Rebecca.
Didn't realize the housewarming was going to be this fancy. I would have gone with a nice dress if I knew.
Oh, you're fine, dearie. It's only really the parvenus, those who climb, that come to these parties all dolled up. Quite the black-haired beauty, isn't he?
Oh no.
Who, Ash?
You know, you really shouldn't have turned down those offers. If I wasn't married, I'd happily go dancing with those young men. But you said a name. Ash. That's the exquisite lad you've been looking at all this time. I don't know him, and I'm the one hosting this party. That must mean you know
Woman
each
at
other.
it again.
Is he your boyfriend then? Because that would explain those rejections.
What the fuck? In all my life, I never seen a face grew red so fast. The shade of her hair did not help as well. This is the most pink I've seen on a person, really.
What? No, that's ridiculous. He isn't my boyfriend.
Such a violent reaction. A simple no would have sufficed. None here would be happy to hear it.
And I haven't been looking at him.
That's right. You've been staring. Quite heatedly, in fact. Although I'm not sure if you look like you want to kiss him or kill him.
It's more the latter currently.
Just don't go murdering him on my property. I don't want to walk into a room and suddenly find a body there.
Foreshadow? The foreshadowing is real. It is chilling, though I am used to enduring the gaze of others. This one makes the hair on the back of my neck stands up. This bitch again. My attention is pulled from the girl and I see a woman staring. Dark hair and dirty. She looks like more like a beggar than a guest, and I have half of the mind to call the security at her when her mouth breaks out into the green. All I can hear is her laughing, taunting. Her stares make my blood run cold. She looks at me like I am nothing but a pig to slaughter for her amusement. It makes my hand shake and I nearly drop my drink. And then she blinks. And then, in a blink, she's gone. And the buzz of a party
I'll
returns.
keep that in mind, but... Are you alright?
Yes, sorry.
I
I just thought I saw something strange.
What do you
It
mean?
must be the
Huh?
trick of the light.
It's not
Anyway,
me.
on a right.
I
as you must already
think I know what to make my thumbnail next time.
Rebecca Gales.
Gales.
The name is familiar, like a fond memory. I recall a kind lady, a private tutor who treated me like her own daughter when I was young. She even bring me food when there was no need to do so. Usually stoves, which I honestly hadn't been too keen about, though I ate them nonetheless because she brought them for me.
Oh, the professor! And your little Becky!
Becky, let me guess, your model over the ghost girl. I was like, who knows? I will
My
try.
parents couldn't make it since they're in Scotland right now. And Mom says hi, by the way. But yeah, that's me. Little Becky. We met once before.
Yes, oh, I remember you! You were the cutest little thing with glasses! And when we met, you were having boy troubles with this lad called something with an A. What was it again? Aaron, Alan, Adele, Albert, Alexander. Andrew?
Ashton. The more I list of names, the more red and the more quieter Becky gets. She starts to look a bit more miserable as her body language shows discomfort and stiffness. Perhaps I have triggered a horrid childhood memory. Surely I have been mean when she visited with her mother. I don't quite remember all of it.
Ashton! Ash! That man is that boy! The same one. Oh, goodness me, after all these years! I can
What?
see why, though. He's quite dashing.
You don't really need to announce it to everyone within earshot, you know? Keep it down.
I'm so sorry, but it really is cute.
And a tad bit sad.
So, this is a nice party, Miss Wright.
Please, Anna's fine.
Oh, Beck and Ash's childhood. Actually, Beck and Ash was childhood friend. Ash and Zach is like best of friends, and then they get to meet Isabella. But then Isabella and Ash has a thing with Isabella. But as Isabella is just, yeah, I'm not in for this shit.
Well, friends of a sort, aren't we? We must be friends, seeing as I
Usually,
know about your little infatuation,
in the
Becky.
oh God, in the previous episode, she was actually jealous because Ash was just like, oh, I want Isabel, oh this, Isabel this, Isabel that. It's just like that.
Don't you worry, dearie. You'll have your happy ending yet.
What in a fairy tale is this shit?
I'm not too concerned about that, am I? That's not what I'm looking for.
Oh? And what makes you think that? Doesn't everybody want their happy ending?
Nope.
The idea of happy endings sounds like they're just for fairy tales.
Yep.
And they are, sorta. I don't think you can just sit around, trapped in some tower and hope for the best. If you love them, you have to fight for it, right? You're not just going to sit there and hope that everything will just fix itself on its own. Like everything, you have to work at it. But what do I know?
There's a grimace, although she starts to relax at my present. How long has it been since we met as a children? Certainly a long time. She was tiny back then, if I recall correctly.
I'm sure the daughter of the two greatest professors I've ever known is smart enough to know what she's talking about.
Beck and Ash are childhood friends. Zach and Ash are best friend. Becca and Isabella are best friend. Becca likes Ash. Ash likes Isabella. Yeah.
But have you told him how you feel? And it's been what? 20 years?
17, actually.
Damn, you have a crush on him for
But
17?
no, not yet. He can be a bit dense.
I don't think he's dense, Becky. He just doesn't like you.
I was hoping that maybe he'd notice on his own and...
Well, that won't do. What if you two become husband and wife? He's not to be dense when he's sworn himself to another person.
Yeah.
Why, you might just as well consider leaving before the day's even begun.
If that happens, I'll have to give him a good ear bashing, won't I? Whoever anyone ends up with, it's not going to be a perfect relationship anyway. There's going to be things you'll love and things you'll hate about the other person. It's
sorry.
funny.
Didn't mean
Here I
to do
am,
that.
trying to give you advice when
I
you did the
thought
very same
childhood
thing
friends
back
won,
then.
no.
I remember you giving me a makeover when we were still kids. And you were the first I told anyone about my... crush.
I do remember now that she mentioned it. Did I give her that yellow dress or the pink blouse and a petticoat? She must have kept some of what I said in mind. It feels ridiculous remembering all of that years talking about boys and how they go crazy for a pretty girls as if it's some gospel every woman should adhere to. It was so easy to say such thing then, with me not knowing any better. Though, looking at her now, she must have kept some of what I said in mind. Perhaps I did say something good at that time, enough for her to take it to heart. But all that didn't matter in the moment as I mull over what she just said in my head. What Becky told me is very different from what Marianne told me. There's no time to ponder over that. However, a hush descended upon the once lively crowd. The music string and a chatter slowly to a grinding halt as the door opened from the foyer The last of the latecomers should have arrived moments ago. Anyone else this late would simply be too embarrassed to show their face. So this can be only one person rather than a one man. There only one man who is audacious enough to arrive to his own to his own party so late. I'm sorry. It's already late, so I'm kinda stuttering.
Good evening, ladies and gents. Enjoying the party?
Join a party.
I hope I'm not too late in welcoming you all to the right mansion.
Unlike I, who was raised in the spotlight and simply grew used to its presence, he sought it in every chance he could, even when there is no spotlight that shone. And I'll never put it against him when he smiles like that. He did it so quite brilliantly under the scrutiny when she channeled his showmanship. You can tell by the way people's eyes light up as he speaks, how they listen and enraptured, even if he was all doing it a simple greeting. A little wave of his hands here, a little smile there, and a bit of swagger. I always tell him that if he is not to be a businessman, he'll do well as an entertainer. I love this side of him, especially when he looks at me and he beckons me over to humbler share his place. A single second is wasted as I excuse myself from Becky's side and I make my way to Luke's. Sorry, I'm not drink first. God.
Welcome one and all to our humble abode. Tonight, if you have yet to find yourself in your roles, you are our ladies and lords of the court of your king and queen, if you would excuse my presumptuousness. So, enjoy the feast that has been laid out for your senses, as we only allowed the best to be served. Enjoy the rest of your night, everyone!
There's a loud applause, cheers, and even some hoots. Guests approach us left and right to shake Luke's hands and greet him personally, praises on their lips. It is because of this that I do not see her. I do not see her until she is dangerously close, with fury in her eyes, and she is already spitting venom. What the fuck? Johan restrained her, taking care not to unnecessarily harm the pregnant woman, but does that little to deter her rage, and the man has no choice but to let her go, lest an unborn child is hurt. Although it might be too late for that, as I see an empty glass of wine in her hand. How much has he imbibed in?
Are you feeling ill, Rochelle?
Sorry, English or fucking
Perhaps
hard.
you need to sit down and...
No! Shut it, you munter! I ain't talking to you!
I'm
talking to this scumbag over here! You bloody bastard, standing there with your smarmy smile!
She interrupts me, jabbing her finger in my direction before she rounds on Luke. As a whisper and murmurs break out amongst the guests, all I can focus is the heat of the moment. Obviously intoxicated, judging by the smell of alcohol and her breath. Yeah, the drama. I'm not ticked off about this little displays of hers. At least not yet. Okay, hold on, give me a sec. But I am absolutely pleased by the fact that she endangered her own baby by drinking. There is a considerable amount of restraint and grace that I must exercise while I wait for her tantrum to subside. I keep a patient, if tight, smile on my face. Luke's expression, on the other hand, is indescribable.
Watch your tongue! You're on thin ice, Rochelle. Where's your husband? Who even invited you?
I did.
And I told you with great emphasis not to. Now we have a drunk, hormonal, pregnant woman causing a stir. What is even going on?
I am just about to ask that exact same
I
thing.
don't know. But Rochelle, do calm down before you hurt yourself. I can't understand a word you're saying.
Where is that husband of yours? Lee! Collect your wife right now!
Don't you fucking talk like I'm not here and you're not responsible, you ass! You told me that I should wait for you in the gardens.
Excuse me. What is this nonsense you're going on about?
What the fuck is this? Is this even a horror game?
Crazy talk! That's all it is! Just completely and utterly mad! Has anyone seen the Chief Inspector?
I am pregnant with your little bastard. You promised me you'll take responsibility. God damn it, Luke. I finally got you to talk to me after months of silence.
What the
and you
fuck?
do this to me.
What in the fuck is happening? What? What?
What do you mean you're pregnant with? Luke, is this true?
Lies and slander, woman! Security! Yo, Hans, take her out of here before she makes an even bigger fool of herself!
No, you do not do this to
Is
me.
this even horror anymore?
I was so ready to leave my stupid oaf of a husband. I told you to leave that damn wife of yours. Look at her. Does she look like she wants a baby? Does she look like she could take care of a baby?
She actually wants a baby, Rochelle. It is now that Johannes returned with the security along with a concerned-looking Officer Lee. They surrounded her and moved to escort the hysterical woman. Judging by his pale face, he has heard the whole thing, and I feel nothing but pity for the man. Not that I believe Rochelle. Luke will never go as far as to sleeping with another woman, right?
I'm so sorry for her behavior. She's been under a lot of stress. And the alcohol. Talking nonsense, that's all it is. You're not allowed to drink because of the baby, Shelley. What are you thinking?
Nothing to see here, people. Move along.
Is there really nothing here but a rumbling of a drunk? Of course, there's nothing but a rumbling of a drunk. She's just jealous of this wonderful marriage, this happily ever after that I have with my prince.
Take that troll up out of here immediately.
Cat fight. Oh my god. I received a Steam achievement called cat fight.
And see to it that she isn't allowed here or anywhere we hold any authority in Luxbourne.
To be banned from anything with the right name on it is basically a social suicide. We practically own half of Luxbourne, and there isn't a single establishment of repute that isn't under our patronage, one way or another. This is mercy. I can do much worse to her. At least this way she can just move out of the city and never ever return. I have stayed my hand in my face with her grievous fault, her bold-faced lie when she deserves so much more. I can take away her business, have her factories shut down. Is it too easy to ruin her life until she is just nothing? And it's all so tempting. I can only see red, and the tension is thick in the air, and the silence that embraces the room is nearly deafening. There are worried and almost fearful glances for some of the guests, and yet at the same time I can only hear them whispering. But as long as they have hold their tongue and don't interfere, none of those matters to me. Especially when Darling looks at me with a different shine in his eyes. Almost seems like he's proud of what I've done, and that pours me on more than anything, huh?
Everyone, please go back to enjoying the party.
What the fuck is happening? Most Filipino drama TV shows has these scenes where confrontation are made in a party. Yeah. My hands are fucking
Don't
getting
let that
tired.
mess of a woman ruin your night.
You heard her! Strike up the band, maestro, and let us dance like fireflies in the night!
It takes a bit of a crowd to stir again in the face of all that, but like most problem of the elites, it is brushed under the rug and forgotten in favor of a merriment. He offered his hands to me with a small smirk and a bow.
That was a mess, wasn't it? And you handled it magnificently.
It happens. We are very important people, are we not?
Milady, would you like to dance?
With pleasure, my prince.
No one is going to get in between me and my darling husband. Not Rocher or any rich, snotty snubber. Not some common whore and ambitious maid. No one is going to get near him in that matter. Not while I'm around. And if I have anything else to say, no one is going to get near him at all. They changed that? I remember he said, "Oh, there's a possible way that Luke can sleep with another woman." Because in that line, I remember he was saying, "Oh, is it possible for him to sleep with another person?" And I was like, "Who am I kidding? Yeah, he can," like something like that. They actually changed that? The darling prince is a man of any connection and a man of people. He is always talking to one person or another, and I am always left alone, unable to stay at his side at all times. It is frustrating, but I have to be understanding. Besides, I don't see why he can't just stay at home. The least I can do is to make sure I have his time while he's here, which in of itself isn't it as easy as it sounds. Not that with that bloody valet of his tailing him around.
Johans, where's my tie?
There's a different scene that could happen there. Yeah, there was a different scene. I remember there was a scene of that part where they gonna dance. I think it was Zach and Hannah. Yeah, they're gonna dance. Not in the hallway. No, not in a hallway. In a outside. What? I think they changed that. Bro, that, my god.
I can't find it anywhere.
Okay, first of all, where is the fucking tree again? Okay, branching tree. Where am I? See, it's supposed to happen. Huh? See? What? There's another road. Bro, what is this cringy ass shit? What the fuck did I choose here that make it so, See, if what the fuck did I even pick here? What? Oh my god. Can I go back? Backlogs? Can I go back there again? There's no way No, I didn't. Here's the thing, I didn't take the easy way out. Cause look, if you look at the branching tree, I'm still in this part, but for some reason it just do this. Huh? With Zach, here's the thing. If I pick this, it would still be the same. So how come I choose this? I didn't even pick anything. Marianne? No, it's not. Because I remember I still picked that in my first game years ago. Your choice really if you want to read. How am I supposed to redo it? That's what I want to know. Journal? Bro. Where is it? See? this one is right, okay? When we're discussing about it. Huh? Okay. What? I don't get it. Okay, I'ma save. No, there's no. Oh my god. Ah, god, I'ma save it here first. What? I didn't. Oh my
Have
god.
you looked around your neck? It should be there if it's not on your clothes horse, sir.
Maybe, Well, if any case, I would still divorce him. There's not gonna change. But I didn't even do anything here, let alone to this, and I'm already here. The fuck? Okay, I'm just gonna finish this, and we're actually close, so that's good. We're close to the end. We're just gonna finish this. Okay. It is often that I'm awake this early, and at least early enough to find my darling preparing for the day with his valet attending to him. It is an old-fashioned way to go about morning. He's able to dress himself after all, but he says that it really makes the day easier for him to have someone else to do this tedious task about with a grimace. Though if that man-servant of his disliked the duty so much, I'd gladly do it in his stead.
I've got it, my prince. Come here.
Well, someone's up anathema especially early this morning, huh?
I did. Oh my god, this is cringe. Why are you calling him prince? Can I Can I go back? Are you fucking kidding me? Bro. Okay. We're just gonna. Did we.
Here I thought you'd be knackered by all the dancing we did last night at the party. And after that. Well.
I'm cringing with this shit, bruh. I did. What? Oh my god. If we did flirt with Zach, no. Oh my god, I hate this. Okay. What the sight of the two of us is can help.
You're dismissed, Shroken. I have this. Go on then. You'll be summoned if you're needed.
There's a curious look, furrowed brows before any sign that he cares is as well. Okay.
Very well. If you need me, I'll be somewhere that isn't here.
You could have let the man do his job.
And I say there's no need for him. I can take care of you just fine, my prince.
I hate this. Why is it? I pick. I feel like I should just tease with Zach. If that matters. Fucking ass.
Just where are you off to this morning anyway?
I hate the thought of him leaving me. It feels like an eternity without him here. In this lonely place that isn't feel like a home quite yet. Although the mansion is really growing on me, slowly but surely. I want to be at his side, yet he fails to see such an obvious thing.
Business. Where else?
Why can't you just work from home? You can afford to, can't you?
Business needs a firm hand and a personal touch, Buttercup. Besides, I can't stay cooped up forever in here. I'll go mad.
Well, you'll come back home as soon as possible, won't you? It's so awfully lonely here without you, my prince.
No! No, hold on, fuck. Shit. Fuck. I think Hannah is possessed. There's no fucking way. Cause oh god. I think she's possessed. Cause I remember this. He called. I'm not gonna say it. Okay, I'm not gonna say why it is like that. But I'm just gonna give you guys a hint. Okay. I told you don't be Cory. I'm just gonna say it like that, okay? That this girl, his husband, she calls his husband my prince. I'm fucking scared, bro.
I could. I don't see why I should, though. This hasn't been a problem before. You know I'll come home when I come home.
Just get home as soon as you can. For me, won't you?
I think she's fucking possessed, dude. I hate it here.
No promises. It's business after all. I can't just stand up in the middle of the meeting and tell them the wife wants me home.
Okay, first of all, how the fuck did that shit happen? I picked the right thing. Is it because I didn't flirt with Zach? No. I picked the right thing. Is it because I didn't flirt with Zach? Is that it? Oh my god. Look, even if I pick this one, it's still gonna be the same thing. So unless I pick the wrong... Is this the Zach thing? I can redo this after all. I mean, I can redo this the next day, or like, you know, off camera, but bro, what?
Then forget those peasants.
She stopped and started looking pursued for a moment before shaking his head. Is he feeling ill? That's more reason for him to stay here with me, doesn't it? I'm just a good wife, worrying about my husband and all.
Be good, dear, and stay safe. There's been all sorts of dodgy characters seen about the property.
Okay. For those who's gonna watch this, or like the VOD, I will do this scene again, only for that one part where we're gonna flirt with Zach. Okay, I'll redo this again. Do I have the save though? Yep, good. We'll try to redo this again soon, just to have that one, because I tell you, this is at least our part. So I need to be careful with what I fucking, because this is where he got, you know, totally insane. Hannah also starts calling Luke Prince. Yeah, because okay, I'm gonna tell you, this is, oh my god, Charlotte, oh my god, okay, his husband, I'm not gonna say what he looks like. If you guys wanted to spoil yourself, please don't, okay? But she calls her husband a prince.
I'll be leaving Johans with you,
But
just in case you need anything, and to be on the safe side, okay?
And she doesn't call anyone a peasant. That's why he was shocked.
But I don't need a valet. I need you here with me.
I'll be closing a big deal with a pharmaceutical company soon, if things go according to plan.
Ay, my golly.
Maybe, after that, I can take a breather for a bit.
No maybes. You have to promise me.
I think she's possessed, bruh. I only need him.
I'm going to be late, Hannah. The longer this takes, the later I'll get home.
My god. All because I didn't flirt with Zach?
Fine. Shall I see you out?
If that's what you want.
All because I didn't flirt with Zach. I still don't like it. It looks like he doesn't either. I ignore him in favor of one who really matters. I hold Luke's hands in mine and give him a deep kiss. It makes my heart flattered as I see the way his eyes close during our moment of passion. Parting of our air, I can only
Have
smile.
a good day, my prince.
My God, I fucking got scared.
Right. Off I go.
See? Oh my God. No. Hey? Okay, I might do the seller and the Zack thing. He's not into it. I still don't want him to leave. She should stay forever.
If you could let go of my hand, please, Hana.
I don't like this. I spent 3 hours just for this. My God. I don't like this. I think I'm thinking. I will do the one with the seller and with Zack. My God. All because I wanted to do it for the views. Okay. I'm not content until he
If
returns.
it fits you, breakfast is ready in the parlor, madam.
If anything, I'll be foul mood until he
Leave and
returns.
go practice your bloody sodomy elsewhere.
Peculiar.
Oh, she's possessed. For real, for real. She's possessed. I think it's possession. The clip I saw, there was someone that found... Yeah! I saw that too! I think we saw... I'm not gonna say it. Yeah, I saw that too. So I might do the seller thing and the fucking Zack thing. My God. Like this. Can I go back? I'm fine if I sleep late. I want to be alone without anyone bothering me. I want to be alone with myself and my thought with only these walls are a company. These damn holes which will hold our memories as he and I. There's no way I could prince, not some cheeky servant who just leaving it up because he's look right ma. Robbers like him deserves nothing. He deserves to be thrown and locked. He's fucking possessed. And that shit's creepy. I'm not gonna read this shit. Can I return it back? This shit is creepy. Okay, I'm not gonna look. I'm just scared. She got possessed. This is Takaku. Takaku, sorry. Takaku. I feel... but it's mine. What? Bruh, fun. Right where it... Yep, she's possessed. I think it meant Takaku or something.
Right where it belongs.
What the frick? I think this is bad end. I'm gonna redo this. I don't... yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this. Good thing I have the savings. Fucking ass. Dude. I don't like it. Okay, load game. I hate that part, bruh. You want, yeah, all because I wanted for the views. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Is it because of the seller? I think it's because of the seller. Okay, you know what? I'll redo this. Probably tomorrow. Yeah, I have to play this again. And then pick flirting with Zach and not going to the cellar, cause yeah. God, I fucking hate this game. Anyways, I think that's about it. Let's do some just chatting in a few. One more minute. Oh no. Oh my god, my voice. Hold on, my voice. Give me a sec, cause just chatting is no. Okay, there you go. What the fuck is this? I'm scared. Excuse me. Okay, hold on. So I'm gonna redo it again probably tomorrow, just to have those endings, because I don't want Hannah to be possessed. It's kind of sucks because there's a lot of readings, but that was kind of fire. 3 hours. Oh my god, I would never get to stream this much longer again, because tomorrow I cannot stream longer anymore. I can only stream for 3. I told you probably on Twitter or on Discord that I was alone for 3 days, because you know my mom went somewhere else, and I can stream longer. She was in the kitchen when the ghost appeared, and all of a sudden she was in the bedroom with no memories. That's sus. Yeah, probably. Anyways, I think that's about it, guys. I'm tired. It's already almost 3 a.m. and I'm gonna skedaddle to sleep. Anyways, God, my throat hurts. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this stream, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell. It would help a lot to the channel. Also like the stream, and if you guys haven't followed me on Twitter, go ahead and follow me on Twitter in the link in the description down below, and also join my Discord. It's free. You guys could join. I usually updates there. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. Bye bye. Matane. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Bye bye.